Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Hey, Kelly from Ready Set Drone, what's up, buddy? He's doing his dance. Welcome to the show tonight. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good old good one, as they say in Louisiana. Louisiana. We got a guy named Ryan LaTourette on, and that's not a French guy with Tourette's. No, that's his last name. And
LaTourette.
No.
And if you Google him, you find a lot of interesting stuff.
Yes, indeed. He's an interesting guy, and we're going to talk about stuff that's going to make me mad.
Oh, I love stuff. You know, but really, Ken, that's not a very small thing. There's a lot of stuff that makes you mad.
There's a lot of things that make me mad, but one of them, as many people here already know, is when local jurisdictions try to usurp the federal government.
Like when they come out and say, you can't fly here, and you clearly can.
Right,
because of the law.
Exactly.
Starts with an L, ends with an A.
That's it. We're going to talk about setting precedent, and hopefully that will benefit us all. Jeff Sills will have the news, of course. We're going to play 1 second song, super easy edition.
Ooh.
Where somebody...
Do I get to play?
Huh?
I'm good at that. I'm
good at that. Well, somebody's going to win this wonderful wireless microphone system from Mirfac.
You know what I thought that was? I thought that was a cart. I thought that was a radio cart that you just put. It's kind of the same size and shape as a cart.
That's a cart.
It up. I know. But remember, you picked it up, and I thought you were about to insert a cart and play it.
This is actually the size of a beta tape. So I'll just put General Hospital in the VCR. Yeah. But anyway, this is from Mirfac, and it's Mirfacin' good. And one of you Mirfacers can win this later on. What's new with you, Kelly? As we look like we got the beginnings of some kind of super chat train here in a minute, but please tell us what's new with you.
Choo. Well, I just got back from vacay. I was in upstate New York, and I got to fly at my favorite spot, which is the abandoned putt-putt golf course, which it's just all kinds of creepy. There's mannequins all over the place that, are in these little buildings. And then there's all the things that used to be cool, like bridges and stuff that are falling down.
I think I've seen that.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah, you saw last year's version. I flew it again this year. And this year, Tate and I got busted by the owner. He showed up. We left our car. We were there for like 2 hours, and the car was parked outside in the parking lot. And it's on a highway, and he's driving down. And so we're leaving, and we see this guy, and he's like, "Hey, you, yes, sir." And basically, he saw us driving. He was going to get dinner or something, and he said he came back, and our car was still there. So he figured we were up to no good. We were some meddling kids up to no good. And then we started talking, and I ended up taking drone shots of the place for him. He's trying to sell it. So
is that place that has that nasty swimming pool filled with green water?
Yes.
And tons of mosquitoes.
Oh yeah. It has that. It has the falling down, windmills and the cannons, and I mean it's just crazy.
Nice. Crazy. Well, oh dear. Well, we're gonna get to the news in a minute, but it looks like the train is leaving the station.
What?
The support train. Let me go ahead and I want to mention people that showed their support with some super chats in the pre-chat. Thank you, Rob Muller, for the €5. He's the first one that super chatted tonight. Drone nice. Rob with $20. Thank you very much, Drone Rob. And Clocked just became a new member. Looking for 10 new members tonight, so that's one. If you want to become a new member, all members get to see the bonus content, and the bonus content that we just recorded.
Gold. Pure gold.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Jeff Sills, I did not know he was a stand-up comedian, but he was telling these jokes. They were hilarious, clean, and totally appropriate, and they were so funny. And you're gonna want to watch that.
I had no idea that this guy has 3 nipples, and thank you for sharing that with us. So.
Well, I only show them when I'm wearing my Ken Heron shirt.
Become a member and you can see that. Aiken Drone Flyer with the $5. Thank you so very much. And Dyna Drone. Okay, let's start this party. Hi, Ken. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Jeff, he says. Thank you so much. And Newfoundland Drones with a $10 super sticker. Thank you very much. Artco is in the house. Hey, Ken.
In the house.
Today is National Vinyl Record Day. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, it is. And Philip Koshat We're going to see a video tonight with Mr. Koshat in there.
Oh, I love those.
$10 from him. 3 back-to-back weekends, Smith Lake, Minefield, and Brevard, North Carolina. But first, got to watch TNL with or without subtitles. Yeah. Last week, Kelly, I don't know if you watch whenever you're not on, I'm sure you watch anyway, right?
All the time.
All the time.
I'm your biggest fan.
Well, last week, we had some subtitles that everybody enjoyed. And
nice.
And if anybody wants to explain that to Kelly in the chat, feel free to do that.
I'd love to hear about it.
Media Mike with the $20. Good TNL evening, Ken and Kelly. Looking forward to a great show. And oh wait, what happened? It skipped ahead. The Mojek with 1 79/100 of 2 pounds, almost 2 pounds. Choo Choo Super Chat Train. Happy TNL. Rob Agnew, Drone Rob. Hey, Drone Rob. He listens to me on WJLI Rock 98.3 in Paducah, Kentucky. 211, all aboard, he says.
He must have heard the streak this morning then.
Yes,
Apparently
yes, he did.
Ken played a classic Ray Stevens novelty song on his program this morning.
I did. And one of my favorite usernames, Kakapoopoo Head VIP. Kakapoopoo Head VIP with $5. Hello, folks. Got to work tonight, but I will watch later on. Thanks for stopping by and letting us know that.
Kakapoopoo Head has a job?
Yeah, well, he's the head Kakapoopoo.
I wonder if when he filled out the job application, if that was.
I would hope so. That'd be a fun place to work. And Alien, aka Alan Applewhite, with the $10. Jumping on the train. UFO is late dropping me off, but I made it. He usually drops by after being probed, and we appreciate that.
I get probed after the show. I find that this loosens me up for it, and I'm a lot more willing to be probed after TNL.
Oh, really? Because a lot of people like pre-probing.
No, I like the post-probe.
Yeah, but if you get probed before the show, then your chats tend to echo. WHM3 with $20. Thank you very much. One more TNL closer to the Minefield meet. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Minefield coming up.
We're going to talk about that.
Oh, no. The train is continuing because I want to talk about Minefield very quick. If you're planning on coming to Minefield, please let me know. It's going to be fun. Just one more week. And, Kelly, I think you had a previous engagement. Otherwise, you'd come.
I do. And but I'm going to say, as a person who went to it last year, it was amazing. There were things like RC dogfights with airplanes going on in the parking lot. There were amazing hamburgers. There was Ken climbing up on the huge tower and probably 20 drones swarming around him, I don't know if you caught that moment, but that was a really cool moment just to see them all taking pictures and flying around you.
That really was a magical moment. I'll try to do that this year, but I learned something from last year. I'm going to use rubber gloves this time because there's so much bird poop up there. And it's
it has a lot of protein.
And there's no stairs.
What kind of poop?
No, there's no stairs on that tower.
No, but what kind of poop is it?
Oh, I don't know. It's from some flying creature. Let's get back into this. Rob Muller, thank you. The TNL is also live in Harlem, and I just want to. I have to do this. If you want to see the membership content, here's a little sneak peek. Thank you, Rob. That's little baby Rob from Harlem. All right. Thank you for the €2. D&D Aerial Views. Hey, Keith. Not missing no train. Vinyl forever. Indeed. The four-eyed K9 for $10. Woof. He simply says woof. Thank you. You remember that old song? The woof. The woof is on fire. No, I guess not.
Oh yeah, we don't need no water. Let the
mother woofer burn. Yeah. Eric Swanson with the $10, making up for slacking off the last couple weeks. Jumping on the train this time. Thank you, guys. There's room for everybody on this train. It is a love train after all. I think I see the caboose coming around the corner. Carolina Air Shots with $5.
All over the world.
Just people all over the world. $5, just chilling, he says. Carolina Air Shots. Thank you. This show actually literally would not be possible without everybody on the train, and I thank you so much. Mac282 with the $5. towards your red Komodo FPV rig like Jake's. Man, I don't know. I just don't know about 10 grand in the air. I don't know. You see me fly, right? You see me fly?
Yeah,
okay.
it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Joe Blaylock with the $12.34. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the train going. Don't make me the caboose. Justin Dreeling with the $5. Always excited for TNL. And Mappers 2 with a $2.99. Sunrise Water Media, tell Future Ken to give Henry a squeeze. He's always very nice and says that. Thank you so much to you and to everybody. And
nice
just
fella.
for now, we got a couple more. Elexis with $20. Thank you, Elexis. I'm glad you're watching. Ken, your birthday presents arrived, so now I have to get them shipped out to you. Oh, no. And yes, box number 2 is also still acquiring more and more goodies. Lots of love from Corpus Christi, Texas. Yes, Elexis. Nice. Do you know about this lady, Elexis? Kelly?
No, I just read that note though. She's sending you birthday presents.
She is a wonderful supporter of the channel, and she's a very interesting lady. In fact, she's a manned pilot. Is that what they're saying now? Is that the PC term? Anyway, she's a pilot and a pilot.
Okay.
And she's just a cool lady, and we appreciate her and thank her. I look forward to that care package. And I just have to say it. Saber-tooth crotch cricket. It's $2 from. Thank you very much. Keep it up, Ken. You make Thursdays my favorite day. It's between him and Kakapupu. I don't know who's the best username.
Yeah, those are pretty good usernames.
Very good.
If they weren't taken, I would have already had them myself.
Yeah. And the Buck Lives with a 777. Y'all rock. Thank you so much. What a great train that was. All right, we got the news coming up. We got Ryan LaTourette. That's going to be very interesting. And but first, ladies and gentlemen, we can't forget about another supporter of the channel, our favorite sponsor, in fact. They are the Cadillac of processed meat. I'm talking about Pigeon Jerky.
You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky.
Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah. Oh, that's not the one.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. And
the people.
And we gotta stop the show for a second because I mean,
Hundo.
Yeah, we got the train has started up again. I think it's a short train, but I do have to mention, thank you, Elexis, $100. Oh my goodness.
There's your tip.
Thank you. Aw, thanks, Ken. Here's a tip. Yes, that's a great tip. Elexis, you rock. And Alex Philistine with $100 too. Love the show. Finally have a chance to watch live for the first time in a while, so got to do some catch up. Thank you. Gosh, so much. Here's Kelly with a special message for both those $100 donors. Yes, Kelly.
Yes, I was going to ask you if you knew about the Electron. It asked the Proton, have you packed a suitcase? And the Proton said, no, I'm traveling light.
Wow. So, sorry.
Actually, it's supposed to be Photon, not Proton.
Yeah, no refunds on that, guys. But thank you anyway. And we'll get back into Jay Young with the $2. Poor this week, so you suffer. No problem, man. No problem.
Ken, you must be an Electron because you're always so negative about my jokes.
Well, they're always so terrible. But that's all right. At least you have them. Yosef Moylan Carter. Yosef Moylan Carter with a 2-pounder. Thank you so much. Keep your drive-in cinema video was epic, man. Oh yeah, did you see that where we resurrected an old movie theater drive-in and played
yes.
The Wizard of Oz?
I miss
on
those things.
Yeah, I really do. You'd think that they would do well in COVID times, because everybody can stay in their little COVID cars and they don't have to breathe on anybody. But
I got one for you, Ken. Knock.
Who's there?
HIPAA.
HIPAA who?
I can't tell you. Patient privacy.
Oh, God. All right. And one more. Northside Hawk Drone and Tech with, I think, an Australian $1. Thank you so much, guys. All right. Now we got to get back into the regular show.
That was quite a train. Was that 2 trains or 1 train with just a big gap?
There was one train that made a connection and then pulled out of the station again. They added a couple cars and then they're heading on down the track. Now, are you a fan of the Weekly Beauchart?
I love the Weekly Beauchart.
Who doesn't? Our buddy from the north.
You have to be insane.
It is Jim
First of all, he's
Beauchart
Canadian.
from
Second of
Canada. Here it is, the Weekly Beauchart. Enjoy.
Hi Ken, Jim Beauchart back again with another episode of the Weekly Beauchart. I had a special guest planned for this week, but her Canadian accent was pretty thick, and I thought you might have needed subtitles, and I know how much you guys hate subtitles.
Yeah!
Don't you hate it when the flight attendant comes on the PA system and says, in case of emergency, you can use your seat as a flotation device? Listen, if there's a case of emergency, I'm going to use my seat as a toilet. When Chuck Norris walks through airport security, he makes them take their shoes off.
Yeah.
What do you get when you cross a plane with a snake? A Boeing constrictor. What do you call it when someone's sick of being at the airport?
What?
A terminal illness.
Hey!
And now, here's the finale, because as usual, we are running out of time. What would you get if a giraffe swallows a toy jet?
What?
A plane in the neck.
Woo, boy.
On that note, buh and bye.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you, Jim. Appreciate that. And did you notice the Wright brothers on the wall? The Wright brothers made it onto the wall.
He's always got the coolest pictures up there.
Yeah, but still no Kelly Green.
Or the other Kelly. Neither
Or
Kelly.
yeah. No Kelly Green or my favorite Kelly.
Right. And
Yeah.
or me.
Hey, at least this Kelly doesn't play tennis on Thursday nights.
Tennis. I mean, that's not even a game. That's not even a sport.
Is
He's
it
probably playing pickleball. Be honest. Let's be honest about it.
pickle?
Because
What
pickleball is what the old people do.
pickleball?
Yeah, have you heard of that?
No, tell me.
It's like tennis junior. It's like a cross between tennis and ping pong. It's a smaller court, and the ball doesn't bounce as much, and it's what old people do. Ask him. Bust him.
Am I old enough to play that game?
Oh, dude, you would be a pro. First of all, your hair would just waft in the wind as you were hitting the ball.
Uh-huh.
And second of all, your big muscles would just flex as you hit. And
my
I just have this slow-mo shot of
big
it. I
muscles.
can just imagine it right now.
All right, okay, let's get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Heading on into the drone newsosphere. Everything you'd ever want to know about the drone industry and drone news with Jeff Sills. What's happening, buddy?
There was a lot of news. I've been spending most of the week digging through and finding some really good stuff for you guys. So to get started with this, Senator John Hoeven and Richard Blumenthal have recently introduced a proposed amendment to the massive U.S. infrastructure bill. This is the $1 trillion infrastructure bill, which includes $500 million to upgrade and improve the nation's aging transportation and infrastructure. Part of that is funding that could significantly benefit the drone industry, as well as the getting drones to emerge as a leading tool for infrastructure inspection. But the senators have introduced an amendment that is necessary to ensure that the funding is not spent on Chinese-made drones.
Oh,
So this amendment specifically says that it will not allow the purchase of any drone from an entity, subsidiary, or affiliate of an entity that is subject to the influence controlled by the government of the People's Republic of China or the Chinese Communist Party. So I'm not going to be buying any DJI drones or anything else that's made in China. That's part of the amendments that are in the infrastructure bill.
okay.
Well, it's time to buy some Skydio stock, I guess.
Yeah.
For the past 2 years, they've constantly been going after the Chinese drones in one way or another. And this is yet another example of them getting something slipped in there to make sure that they try to put the kibosh on buying Chinese drones.
And by the way, that means Autel as well. I know some of you may think that Autel is American. It is not. Sorry.
Yeah, they have their tech support over here, but nothing else.
Yeah. So, anyway.
All right. So next we have a rather exciting way of using a drone to advertise for the UAE's Emirates airline. And this is an amazing way.
Yeah, this is not green screen.
Nope, this is real.
And how do you pick the person to do this? If you haven't seen this, let's not say anything. Let's just let it
don't-
happen.
don't-
Check this out.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Whoa.
That is the Burj Khalifa.
Whoa.
NFW, man. No,
Wow.
no freaking way would I
That-
do that. And
yeah,
how
that-
did
that-
I got so many questions? How does she get up there? What's holding her to the pole? Is she attached? Is there a dude? Is there a safety guy? Is there a harness?
I'm gonna say elevator, magnets, and Darlene. Those are my three answers.
Darlene's holding her leg. Because you go up,
All right, so
there's elevator, and then there's some stairs. Maybe then there's ladders. Then there's just ladders.
But I think she has magnets in her shoes, and then the magnets, the top is metal. That's probably
All
the.
right.
way it works.
Now we're gonna stop with the guessing, and I'll give you guys the real answer.
Oh, you know.
The woman's
Oh.
name is Nicole Smith Ludwig. She is a UK-based
Darlene.
professional skydiving instructor. She's not actually an airline employee, so she is experienced at climbing buildings and jumping off of
Oh,
them.
okay, good.
And so they actually had another person up there with her that had climbed up and helped secure her. She was belted down from the back so that you couldn't see it, but there was a hidden harness that was holding her in place. And they had specifically waited up there for an extremely long time to get that perfect golden hour light.
Yeah.
So she had to begin the ascent before sunrise, which means that she was climbing that thing for an hour and 15 minutes in the dark.
Oh my God. I mean,
That is so awesome.
that is so cool.
You know what would be awesome is you get up there and you're doing the cards, and it turns out you misspelled something. You know?
Right? Yeah.
And they're
Or
like,
or
"Hey,
she
you
dropped
got
one
a
of the
Sharpie?"
cards. One of the cards just goes. Oh no.
right. We can fix
Yeah.
it in post.
They had to have some
That's
extra.
really cool.
I mean, did she have a parachute on?
No, she didn't have a parachute. She was simply in a harness that would basically lock her to the top of the building.
I have flown Emirates one time. I don't know. It was weird. It was like in conjunction with JetBlue. I was coming back from shoot in Italy, and it was 2019, and it was amazing. The airline, the service, all the men and the women, everyone was beautiful on that plane. I was the worst looking dude on that plane, which, we'll go with that. But every single person that worked for that airline was just gorgeous and really well, super service. And then get this, the bathrooms, the countertops are made of marble. They're like not
On the
that
plane?
cheap plastic on the plane.
yeah,
They've
no.
got marble countertops in the bathrooms. It was amazing.
The Emirates aircraft are some of the highest quality versions planes, and you have to remember the clientele that fly on them are some of the richest people in the world.
I was in coach too. I was in coach,
yeah.
and it felt like first class on another plane. I mean, it was pretty amazing.
By the way,
Right.
the Burj Khalifa is 2,722 feet tall.
Jeez. I mean, you get that perspective when that drone pulls away. That was pretty awesome.
That was really awesome. I love that.
All right, so next in the news, this comes out of, I guess, the UK or Paris. A French football club, Paris Saint-Germain, is essentially looking to buy their way into the first European title by getting a huge salaried player. And so, obviously, to advertise this huge star-bloated roster, they celebrated it by making a budget-busting drone FPV video, which was not really as spectacular as we had hoped it would be.
Yeah, it looks cropped. This is a poor copy of it. I'm sure it was in 4K, but
Oh yeah, Ken Heron could have totally done this.
I haven't done one of these yet, but I would like to. I would like to think that I could do better than this. I mean, these things take a lot of planning. So
you got to have everybody in the right spot, doing the right thing, and at just the right
and
moment.
you have to have a lot of assistance. You have to have people
Walkie-talkies.
walkie-talkies, all that. So
Yeah, the general consensus from the people that have seen this was that it was very lackluster. It wasn't near as spectacular as the other FPV videos that we'd seen. And so this is an example of, I guess, what not to do when you're making one of these videos is to make it boring.
Well, the thing is with these, you have to consistently one up yourself each time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if
this had been
the first
if this
one,
had been one of the first ones we had seen, we'd be like, "Whoa, look at that! That's so amazing!" But the fact that there have been so many really great ones done already doesn't help.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's you, Jeff.
All right. So next in the news. Next in the news, we have an interesting story. This comes out of New York's Long Island. A drone pilot was flying his drone out over the waters, and he caught a boat that was essentially moving around rather erratically. And so as he zoomed in, he sat there and watched the fishing crew fight a 487-pound thresher shark.
Whoa.
This fight went on for almost an hour.
What was the fight over? Did they was the shark dating someone's girlfriend or
shark? No, they were trying to catch
look at it. You can see it. You can see it there in the side.
This shark is not small by any way.
And what is it? A thrasher shark? Thresher?
Yeah, this is a thresher shark. Tim Regan is the pilot. He's a 107 certified drone pilot. He also is the field editor for On the Water magazine. And he had been spending the summer chasing southern sharks, bluefish, tuna, etc. And this drone footage was absolutely fantastic of this crew as they essentially wrestled for a considerable amount of time. And once they got it out of the water and up on the beach, the weight was right at about 487 pounds, just under 500 pounds.
Are they going to eat it? Are they going to eat the shark?
You know what? I have no idea. At this point, it's a $500 or 500-pound shark that they fought for hours to get.
Okay, but it's a lot easier just to get out of the Piggly Wiggly and get you some fish. You know, they have fish there. I don't get it. I never understood fishing. Sorry, fisher people. Is that whatever you call yourself? I don't get it. I don't get fishing. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's the eternal struggle.
Yes.
Yeah, fishing, golf. I don't get it. Sorry, I just lost some subscribers.
That make Ken mad.
No, I'm not mad. I just don't get it. It's just not for me. But anyway.
Hey, all day Saturday, I'm going fishing. I got a new pole. It's really bitching. Fishing is my mission. I'm the fishing musician.
And on that note, we're going to let Ken have another moment in the sun.
Oh, yes.
Because Amazon cut back their UK drone program because of obvious chaos and mismanagement. Because that particular program had some close affiliation with yet another drone program, DHL is now abandoning their parcel copter delivery drone project as well.
Yeah.
So yesterday Ken told me that DHL wouldn't be delivering drones anymore, and I was like, "Wait a minute! You mean they won't bring me my drones?"
They don't have delivery drones. I really hate it when I have to say this, but told you so.
That sounds like you hated it. I've actually never seen that aircraft before. That is a very cool looking aircraft.
It is.
Yeah. This aircraft. I mean, the project Parcel Copter was one of the first. It was its maiden flight was back in December 2013.
Wow.
So this is not something that is
I want one of those.
Is new by any means for them. They transported a small parcel of 1 kilometer across the Rhine River as part of their first, I guess, attempt to do this. And the drone that they use is an exceptional drone. It has a payload of about 4 kilograms. A flight distance of 65 kilometers. I mean, it was a pretty impressive drone.
Yeah, but ultimately, it's all about money, and nobody's going to deliver a $10 bag of tube socks with a $20,000 drone. They're just not going to do it. And it rains sometimes, so
there's that.
And if you land on somebody's lawn, somebody's toddler's going to lose a hand. So there's that. Liability, money, and just for the road. For the road.
Toddler hands.
For the road. Told you so.
All right.
Okay. Jeff, couldn't let me have my moment. All right, go ahead.
I coughed through it. I
all
apologize.
Right. Yeah, no, that's all right. You go ahead.
Yeah,
you do you.
It's the news.
Don't worry about us. You do you.
Yeah.
All right.
So the Dixie Fire is a fire that's been going on since July 13th. And this fire is probably the second largest recorded wildfire in California. It's burned close to 490,000 acres. It's only 21% contained right now, and they're still fighting it. But what's interesting about this is that while they're doing this fight, a judge has ordered an investigation into a drone that was associated with this particular blaze on the actual day of ignition. So the story goes is that as the fire started, it started at one of the electrical towers, and one of the technicians that happened to be in the area for PG&E had gone out. The fire was a very, very small fire. He was able to start working on trying to put it out. There was a fire team that was nearby. They started heading toward him, but the fire was growing faster than he could put it out. By the time they got there and the ground crew arrived, it had gotten too big for them to manage, and so they started bringing the aircraft in, and the California fire tankers came in and successfully painted the box with retardant around the fire, limiting its spread. And right as they were getting to the point where they were going to be able to put the nail in the coffin, a drone was reported in the area, which then forced them to land all of the aircraft.
Yep.
Which then forced them to lose control of the fire.
This pisses me off because
has gone crazy.
Yeah, and whoever's drone that was said, "Oh, I'm not bothering anybody." But they don't know where you are. They're so hard to see. So if somebody sees it in the air, then they don't know where it is. And these planes have to fly low to dump all the retardant and all these things. It's just people don't think. It pisses me off.
Well, in this particular case, this judge is investigating this because he wants to know who was flying the drone, because they now hold a direct responsibility for this fire getting as out of control as it has. And this thing has destroyed thousands of homes and displaced hundreds of people.
Dang. So what do they do if they find the person? I mean, prison forever?
At this point, I mean, they could be fined. They could be held responsible for all the damage and all the cost. I mean, there are so many different things that could throw that person. Imagine, basically, they're going to treat it as if they're an arsonist.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I hope they catch them.
That definitely also just makes you think about something where, as you said, you don't think there's any consequence to it, but realizing in a situation like that you should just stay out of the way. Let the firefighters do their job.
Yeah, there's no amount of likes or thumbs up or or subscribers, or just cool video that's worth all that. Anyway, all right.
No.
Yeah.
I don't go down a rabbit hole, but go ahead.
Yeah, we've warned people for years about doing this. The fire departments have warned people for years about doing this. This is what happens when you don't follow the instructions.
It's people that think drones are just toys. Now, how can a toy hurt a big old plane? All right, I'm done. We can't. I can't. It'll be a 5-hour show.
That's the story that will just keep on going. So DRL has come up with something new and fantastic.
Yes.
They have created a new 5G wireless drone. This is one of the high-speed racing drones called the Magenta drone, and this is going to be used at the MLB. What do they call it? The Field of Dreams game that's coming up.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be their showcase.
Yeah, and the way they developed it, it's really cool. Check this out.
The analog video that's come through is not very clear and not very clean. With T-Mobile 5G wireless technology, we get a crystal clear image, and it shows the world in a completely different way.
What we're building is our first 5G racing drone. And for the first time ever, we're going to be able to stream immersive HD content to our fans in real time on America's fastest, most reliable 5G network.
That's all for 5G.
What it means for the fans is that we'll be able to see HD video quality in the stream, the same as the pilots can see.
The performance requirements that we have in this drone are so extremely high that we can only do it with the support of the T-Mobile engineering team, and really with the advancement of 5G tech and what it can bring to the drone. So we're really excited about the fact that we can utilize the 5G technology to do exactly what we want to do with this project.
Let's go fly. We're getting great video. The streaming looks amazing. A lot of detail, a lot of color. looks really smooth. So really happy for how the things are going now.
You see it, right? You see it, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Wow. Wow. It's beautiful.
This is just the beginning, and I can't wait to see this 5G drone take flight in 2021 and beyond.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Is it safe to say that analog is dead?
Well, so I'm going to interject here because as I understand it about that, because I saw your post about that, Ken. You posted on Instagram with a picture of it. I don't think the pilots are flying with that 5G signal. I think they're still flying with the enhanced analog because latency is too much. And what's weird
that's just for the fans. For the fans.
Yeah, it's a HD quote unquote real time signal, but it's still are the pilots still using analog? I believe they are, and I believe they're using it's super enhanced analog. I mean, from what I've talked to Nick, and I've talked to Nurk, and I've talked to Gab, and I've talked to a lot of those guys about this. They have scientists on their team. I mean, imagine Doc Murdoch, right, who is an expert in analog signals and antennas and stuff. They have like 10 of him on their team just figuring out how to get that clean analog signal, but it's still an analog signal because of the latency. I think they haven't gone digital yet, and I believe that this is going to be great for the broadcasts and the fans, but it's not
for the fans,
still watching it analog.
Right, because there is a big difference in lag if you're a race pilot between analog and digital still.
I mean, I think your average FPV pilot, well, it depends on what you're doing, right? If you're diving towards the ground and there's a little bit of latency, you might actually hit it before you pull out,
That's
so
true.
Latency is quite important.
But I do like this.
That is pretty awesome.
Whole idea of the 5G. I like that.
Well, I've been hearing for a long time. So where I just was up in New York, we have crap for internet. There's no internet up there. And so this whole thing with 5G and being able to get these signals, anywhere wirelessly is huge. I just signed up for Starlink. Are you guys familiar with that? It's Elon Musk's satellite internet thing. There's a waiting list for it. But anyway.
I guess you just answered your own question, didn't you? No.
What's that?
I'm not on a waiting list. I didn't get it on a waiting list. Yeah. I'm not important enough.
You just have to go sign up for it. It's not like, and pay $100 too as a deposit.
Oh.
But the whole thing is, what this is telling us is that high speed and truly high speed two-way being upload and download internet is finally going to be here. It's finally going to be something we can do, because right now, unless you have a good upload speed, you've experienced this with live streaming. So many places have a decent download, but not enough upload speed. But I think with 5G, it'll all change and you'll be able to stream from anywhere.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Me
looking forward
too.
to all that. It's going to be cool.
We're in the future.
I hope I live long enough to get my jetpack. Yeah. Well, I got the sound of the future. There it goes. Back to you in the newsroom, Jeff.
And Ken, you know the name of that effect?
What?
As it goes by.
The Doppler effect?
The Doppler effect, because it pushes the waves and then pulls them back out.
Thank you, Mr. Science. Now back to the news.
All right, so DJI's agricultural drones, which are the Agras T30 and T10, were released in China late last year. But recently now they've become available for purchase in more than 100 different countries internationally.
The DJI Agras T30 is an agricultural drone that transforms. Take a look. The aircraft has a maximum capacity of 30 litres. A newly designed plunger pump produces a maximum flow of 8 litres per minute. 8 sets of solenoid valves enable variable frequency control, and 16 nozzles provide an unprecedented spray range of 9 meters. A new smart gauge indicates the estimated time until refill, boosting operational efficiency. Also, the aircraft can cover 40 acres in just 1 hour. Now, let's watch as the Agras T30 transforms into orchard configuration.
Wow.
The angle of the arms is optimized for fruit-bearing trees. In this controlled spray direction, pesticides can travel down along the branches, providing an even distribution.
What were you saying, Kelly?
From the DJI
like that's like a superhero thing. Form of orchard configuration.
Yeah.
Plan a precise
It also perks coffee and predicts earthquakes.
To ineffective tree spraying.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty badass thing there, Jeff. And I'm guessing that it can lift a toddler or two, right?
Yeah, this one is it has a capacity of up to 40 kilograms with a 30-liter spray tank. And there's 16 nozzles on it that it sprays a range of 9 meters.
That's too many nozzles. That's too many. Take one or two of them off. That's too many nozzles.
Just imagine my tomatoes, though. I mean, the tomatoes would be so delicious if you had one of those. I need to get one for my tomatoes.
Yeah.
It's an exceptionally popular drone right now. There's 50,000 units already sold across the world so far ever since their phase launch. I do not have the price points on
Check this battery out. Look at this monster battery. Look at that. Oh man.
Wow.
Holy cow. Can you imagine, right? There are still people alive, older, like that remember that some farms, the Amish, still use horses to pull and do their field stuff. You imagine I would love to see just an Amish person going by a field where one of these robots is
drone English.
Yeah, right.
Well, that drone or that battery is a newly designed intelligent battery that they have, and it can fully charge the battery in 10 minutes.
What?
Oh, so wait, the battery they put in it charges an internal battery? Or
No,
that
the smart
big one
charging,
charges
the
in 10
smart
minutes?
charging hub that comes with the drone to charge the battery can charge that battery in
And
10
you can strap it on your back and put it on a motorcycle. That's the coolest part.
That's really cool.
Hey, I'm going to go out and water my fields.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Forgot my drone.
Yeah, that's the future. I love it. So cool.
All right, so next in the news, we have Flyability, which is a Switzerland-based company. They focus on indoor drones for inspections, etc. They have recently launched the Helios 2 RAD, which is a drone that's equipped with radiation sensors so that they can go in and fly and inspect nuclear stations. Traditionally, nuclear stations have relied on people to go in there, and drones have been used limitedly, but because of the interactivity of the radiation impact on the radios, etc., the drones weren't able to go into certain areas. They have since strengthened this drone to be able to fly in very, dangerous areas. It has a Geiger-Muller detector on it that can detect radiation as it flies through the facility, and of course, it has the cage on it to protect it from bouncing against things as it goes through.
Neat.
So, truly amazing drone. I can't wait to see some footage of it in use.
Yeah, man.
So right before COVID, this is just a coincidental thing. I had gone to meet a guy in Houston about flying a Helios 1, and they had one in Houston, and I got to play with it but not fly it, like hold it and look at it and all that stuff. Yeah. And then right after that, everything shut down and we didn't do it. So I was going to make a video about it, but it's a pretty. I believe the actual. The mechanics of that thing, they're very, very expensive pieces of equipment. I mean, they're very high precision. It looks like kind of a mess.
You mean it's not just a bunch of drinking straws put together with duct tape?
There's a Yahtzee set.
I tell you what, man.
One of them, they're Tinker Toys.
Or one of those toys that Jeff has for his kids, that ball that expands when you...
Yeah, woo!
You got it right there, don't you?
Actually, this was the thing that Ken sent me.
Yeah, man, put a little drone in that thing. Send it in the cave. Put a Geiger counter on it. All right. There you go.
All right. So next in the news, all right, I'm going to preface this next story. There are great criminals in this world that never caught. There are great criminals in this world that you've never heard of because they got away with the perfect crime. And then there are what we call felons. And these are the idiots that got caught. This particular felon in Tulsa County thought it would be a great idea to shoot at a police drone.
Yeah.
A judge sentences a man to 5 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to shooting a drone owned by the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office. Deputies were using that drone in June looking for a bunch of stolen classic cars near Sand Springs home when Stephen Kitchens shot at it. Kitchens also pled guilty to having a gun as a felon.
Ha. So a couple questions. Do you think that he would have gotten 5 years had he shot down a drone that didn't belong to the police? And do you think he would have gotten 5 years had he not had the previous gun charge?
The way I look at it this much, this guy kind of double tapped himself real quick by being not only a felon with a gun who's not supposed to have one, but then
using it.
Yeah, to then use it. Obviously, shooting at drones is a federal crime.
Right. No, I'm glad that he's serving time. But if he had just shot down Kelly, your Mavic 2.
Hey,
you think
Sean Oz shot down my drone recently. Did you guys see that video?
No.
Oh, well, you'll have to play it.
I mean,
Sean
of course,
Oz,
I watch every video on your channel all the time, at least twice. But
it's
I didn't see
on
that
Sean's channel. So we went out to his dad's place, and actually, I flew an FPV over a cliff, and he shot at it with a shotgun until he hit it.
How many years in prison did he get?
He missed a bunch of times. Finally, I flew straight at him. This was the best part. He hits it, and the thing tumbles down and basically just broke the battery and one motor, and it's still okay.
Okay.
I guess my thing, Ken, is I'm surprised he only got 5 years.
Yeah, me too, honestly. I mean, if it had been an ordinary person, I could see 5 years as being like you said. If it was my Mavic 2, 5 years would be something. But to shoot down a cop's drone,
or just any drone.
Were the cars on his property too? Had he been stealing the cars?
Probably.
No, they were just searching for stolen vehicles in the area.
Right.
And it just
he's like, hey, I see.
Flying, yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, I think another takeaway we can take from this is that Kelly has too much disposable income. He's just throwing drones in the air for people to shoot.
I don't know about disposable income. It's more like disposable drones.
Yeah. I did blow one up, so I'm right there with you. All right. So next in the news, Joby is an electrical aerial ride-sharing drone that has been making some waves. It's been developed here in the United States. A lot of flights in the New York area. But what's interesting about this drone is that recently the company has become listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So they're now, open to being able to receive funds and start building, stocks. This is a fairly robust system. The machine itself has, the series of rotors across the wing, and it's like an aerial taxi. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this, because there's not too many of these companies that have gotten on the NYSE yet, and this ought to be interesting to see how it blows up. Cool.
Because apparently they can't deliver with drones, but we might be able to carry people. He's gonna start up. All right. So last in the news, and this one is great because, as we learned last week, continue on to this week, sports and drones do not go together. I give you this.
Watch that dude. First dude misses. You think they're practicing, but they're really doing target practice.
It is an all-Irish midfield. As we see the back three getting tilted upside down. It's a high ball. That's obviously
why would they do that? Why would they do that? I mean,
why wouldn't they? I mean, come on. If you were that good at kicking and it were just up there, and I guess there's a question: can you use a ball to take a drone out of the air? Is that illegal?
What country were they in? I think they probably all got together and they said, "Hey, let's see if we can knock the drone out."
Billy, let's see if we can
again. We're laughing, but this drone is super expensive. A tool. I don't know what kind of drone exactly it was, but these football players, Europeans.
No. This is rugby.
Oh, rugby. Okay. All right.
This is rugby.
So, okay. But well, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. Because, rugby players are not the ones that I know. Not the sharpest.
They've been hit in the head a few times.
Yeah. So, they're like, hey, let's see if we can hit that drone. Not thinking that. I hope they got charged for whatever damage. Let's watch that again. Let's watch those dumbasses again.
Yeah, and of course, a couple of changes in the midfield as well. I would think Dan Bigger will be happy with this.
Is this, and another question, is this even real? Could it be fake? Because the way it fails,
It is an all-Irish midfield.
They were in the middle of the game, and this was a warm-up kick, and they were losing the series. I'm thinking that the man probably just kicked the ball out of spite.
Okay. All right.
Maybe that was the visiting team. So
it was the Irish rugby team. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
and that's the news.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Jeff. We appreciate it, and we look forward to next week's news.
Well, start working on building it up. Yep.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
All right. And now here is Kelly with a fantastic joke.
Well, a neutron walks into a bar and asks the bartender, "How much for a drink?" "For you, no charge."
Did you go to Adam Neutron joke page or something?
Exactly.
All right, so
Adam
these are all going
Neutron
to
joke
be
trades.
Adam jokes.
That's my theme for tonight.
Okay.
I'm up in Adam.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, so I have to stop the music for a second because I want to talk about something kind of serious.
All right.
Okay? And I need the help of our community.
They're good for that.
They are. Do you guys know Jim Wallace, right? Mr. Graphic?
Yes, indeed.
Here he is. This
a couple of his things right
no,
up there.
That's not him.
That's the Grumpy.
That's the Grumpy. Here he is. Here's Mr. Graphic. He does live streams with a puppet. You've probably seen him. You've seen him in the chat.
I've seen him. Yeah.
He's the guy who makes all of my eyeball stickers, or he did before he started having some troubles. He's an older guy. He's a vet. So I keep in contact with him. I call him every few months just to check in on him, and I don't think he would mind if I talked about him. He's going through a bit of a depression right now, and I'm kind of understating that. He's having a bad time. He doesn't have many people for a support system. His family is unavailable, and he's just up there in Indianapolis, just kind of not having a good time. He recently lost his cat. Just a sad thing, and I hate to hear this from our older community members, and I feel like I want to do something for him, and I don't know what I can do other than talk to him once in a while and let him know that I care and that the community cares about him. And I thought, this is just an idea I'm throwing out there. If there's anyone in Indianapolis who would maybe want to, and I haven't talked to him about this yet, so if there's anybody that might want to give him a ride, if you're planning on coming to Minefield in Brownsville, Tennessee, and you want to carpool with him, he's a super nice guy. Just a thought.
Yeah. Get him down there. You know, there's nothing like getting out with your fellow drone pilots, friends, new friends, and it just cheers you up to get out and do something new, experience something new. And I think this is such a positive experience Minefield was, and such a great group that I feel like even if it doesn't lift him up permanently, it would be a nice break from. Yeah,
he needs a distraction. You know, people. I don't know if you've ever dealt with anybody with real depression. It's not just being sad. You can't just, cheer up, Skippy. You can't just do that. It's something they have to go through. It takes time. But the one thing you can do for them is you can offer them little distractions.
Yeah.
You know, and that certainly does help, and remind him that people do care and that we have a great support system here in the community.
And quite seriously, if you do see back there behind Ken, Heron Photography, that street sign, he's done those for a lot of folks. He's made those street signs for a lot of folks, and didn't ask for money.
Oh,
didn't
this
ask
one.
For
this.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, wasn't that Mr. Graphic that did that?
Yep.
Yeah, I've got one right up there that says Ready Set Drone Boulevard, and he made that for me, and I've got it hanging up in my office, and I love it. You know, it's such a cool thing. Yeah. And again, he didn't ask for anything in return when he did that. It was just and if anybody out there has a spin up sticker, by the way, he did all the spin up stickers for the last couple of years too. So, you know, to not have stuff to do, I think can put you into a deeper cycle. And so if someone could take him to Minefield, that would be amazing.
Yeah. If that is you, if you're in the Indianapolis area, if you'd be interested in doing that, I think what's like a 6 or 7 hour drive maybe. But anyway, it
is well worth it. It is the time of your life, and I will tell you, honestly, this is not, Ken didn't pay me to say this. One of the best hamburgers I've ever had was at the Minefield Cafe. If you go there, you got to go try the food there. The people were super nice. We were going in and out. We were kind of like taking up the whole restaurant and moving all around, but they didn't care. They were just chill with it. Hey, I got a hamburger for Kelly. Anybody out there? Hey,
and they're gonna be ready for us. They're gonna have. I think they're gonna bring a grill outside. It's gonna be a lot bigger than last year.
How's Billy? How's Billy doing?
He's great. He actually, well, about 5 months ago, he fell off of one of his cranes and broke his wrist.
No.
And so he couldn't climb for a while, but he was climbing with a cast on. I said, Billy, stop, man. You got to slow down.
I mean, and has he added more stuff to it?
He did. He did. I wish I had a picture of it, but he did add some more stuff. A really cool, another tower thing that we can fly around and through. Anyway, but very quickly, back to Jim Wallace, Mr. Graphic. Yeah. If you're in the Indianapolis area and you think you might want to have a carpool buddy, email me here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Again, Jim doesn't know about this. I don't know if he's even watching. He's in the chat, but please put in the subject line Jim Wallace, so I'll know what you're.
And I think it's smart to kind of take that out to the community before you talk to him, because it would be nice to have somebody lined up, to be able to say, hey, so and so is willing to take you if you're willing to come.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Cool.
Ken, I applaud you for bringing that to our attention.
Yeah, and thank you, community, for just being awesome. I always feel like I have so many friends all over the world, even though some of you I'll never meet, but we're still friends. Anyway, switching gears, let's just very quick. How about if we cheer everybody up with a really quick video someone sent to me? This girl gets a phantom to the face. You want to see a phantom to the face?
I don't know that sounds. Yeah, let's see it.
Who does it? Check this out. This is just funny. So somebody's delivering. Oh dear, it's very short. One more time. Delivering something to this girl, and boom, right to the. What is that funny or tragic? Because the video cuts off. We don't know if she was lacerated or I don't know what's going on with that. But
well, I mean that's yeah,
hella funny.
That's awful.
All right, so I got some viewer videos that are really, really cool. And I know there's some people eagerly awaiting in Australia that you're going to want to stick around and watch this because
Aussies.
Yes, and he's a young man and he recently had a procedure done by a drone. That's all I'll say, so that they know which video that I'm gonna play.
Okay.
But
can't wait to see that one.
I want to share some other videos. This is I met Genesee.
Yeah. You guys hung out in Tennessee.
Yeah, we did. We hung out in Nashville.
Genesee and Tennessee.
That's right. Her and her friend Nancy. Nice. And I was trying to do a video with her, and we set up all the cameras, and we did an opening, and then it started to rain on us. And I think my audio recorder got wet, and it stopped working, so we couldn't make the rest of the video. But we went out to the Parthenon in Nashville, and we were just flying FPV around, and we drew a crowd. And then, of course, as I always do, I carry extra goggles with me, and I start offering rides to mostly the kids because the kids are like, "That's cool." So was
it digital? Was it the DJI FPV or was it DJI system?
Oh yeah. So this girl Emily, I took her for a ride, and here's how that went.
What's your name?
Emily.
You ready to fly?
Yeah.
Do you get motion?
Nervous.
You get motion sickness?
No, but I'm nervous.
Okay. You'll be all right. Don't be nervous.
Turn right.
Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Do you look silly?
Yeah.
Are you scared? You should be. Don't be scared. Here we go. You're good.
Everybody that had the goggles on just had a blast.
That's awesome. She's holding her head pretty steady. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I love filming first-time FPV viewers.
Yeah, watching their head tilt and watching.
Right, yeah.
You're going right straight towards
it. And that noise.
Man, that thing screams.
Yeah. The noise draws more people in. Everybody was looking at us. And then I found this dude on a little.
They're on a little scooter thing. What is that thing?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm following you.
That's funny. Behind him.
They're like, what the heck is back there? He thinks he can outrun me. You can't. Oh, you like upside downy stuff. Alright, what if I just come along like this? And then,
Now I crashed here in a second. Watch your face when I go through this thing.
Hit the chain. Oh, nice.
No, but in the tree I tried.
Should we go through the tree?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tiny gap.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
I should have knife edged it.
Oh, but you landed right side up.
Yeah.
Did you hit a branch? Yeah, I crashed. These are carbon fiber tanks. Hello.
Wow, you did draw a crowd.
Yeah. Whenever I do that in front of kids and stuff, they always scream when I shoot straight up. They're like, ah, because they never expect the drone to do that.
I can hear it.
And the drone has a bent propeller, by the way, from the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, it's staying pretty steady though.
Yeah.
What's the camera footage? The GoPro?
Yeah, it's the GoPro 9.
Have you ever tried one of those naked GoPros or the SMO?
Yes, but I crashed and scuffed the lens, and I called Beta FPV, and they don't have replacements. You can't replace the lens. So
you have to get a whole new
camera. Yeah, I have one back there if you want it. Do you want it?
Well, is it a Hero 8?
No, it's their own proprietary thing from Beta FPV.
It's the SMO. It's Insta360, right?
Insta360. Yes.
It's a paired.
But I had it on a 95X.
I just actually kind of similar situation. I just fell in water with the Insta360 Go, the Go 2.
Yeah.
And I had the case in my pocket, and the case got wet.
This thing?
So I have the camera, which works. Which that thing's awesome. Do you use it much?
I do. It is awesome. Yeah.
I really love it.
Yeah.
And I used I had lots of great shots with the camera, but the case is dead. So I'm trying to see if I can buy just a case. Do you think you can buy just a case?
I'll sell you my case.
A case of Ken, just in case.
Just in case. There's a just in case watching, I think.
Yes.
Anyway, let me
see.
Maybe there's someone out there that has just a case.
If someone has just the case, I would certainly buy it from you. Yes,
right.
That would be awesome. Or you can buy my camera, just a camera, But you wonder if it costs as much as the actual whole thing. Maybe I just buy the whole thing and have two cameras so that when I crash one into someplace,
right, buy another one, have two cameras, charge one up, put it in the other, then you have two angles.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Put them on my, wherever.
There you go. All right, viewer video time. Okay.
Nice.
And the first one, it's from our buddy Tamagene. Oh, Tamagene. Oh, Tamagene. Ding, 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 ding. Now, she flies the DJI FPV.
Nice.
And she says,
she from?
The last time Florida? I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know where they are. But she gets the fiddle music anyway, no matter where she is, because her name's Tamagene, y'all. She says, hey, Ken, I thought you might like to see how I broke my DJI FPV drone. I crashed twice while flying in an old abandoned tuberculosis hospital in upstate New York. Maybe they're from New York. But I'll start this. Here it is. Check this out.
That's where I just was. I want to go there.
And this is a great location. What a fantastic bando. She says, the first time I got it stuck on a metal railing. The second time was while flying through a window. I'm quite sure that neither crash was spectacular enough to break a traditional FPV drone. Lol. But Max 420, her boyfriend or husband, was also able to fix it with some JB Weld, so I haven't had to suffer the downtime of using my Care Refresh yet. Thanks for watching. Tamagene!
And you know, that's a pretty big drone to fly through those gaps, right? I mean,
that's brave. You can see she's got a little bit of hesitation going, but
yeah. It's a big. I got to find out where this is because I go up there every summer, and I'd love to go check that out.
But I would advise wearing a mask. Not thinking you're going to get tuberculosis, but you know there's lead paint, all kinds of asbestos in there.
I would also use a small 4S drone in there, something small with some bumpers on it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What a great place.
That is so creepy.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know they had hospitals for specific things like tuberculosis. You know, that's.
Oh yeah, yeah. They used to have a whole bunch of sanatoriums. Here she is crashing again. Oh no. There she is. There's old Tamagene.
Hey, you know, pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have the guts to fly my DJI FPV in that thing, honestly.
Well,
you know,
you got your man there. You got your FPV guy there to fix you up if anything goes wrong.
Yeah. Will you be my FPV guy? Will you bring your JB Weld?
Of course. Ken? You know it.
We can hold hands while we fly.
Yeah, man. Of course. I dream of it. Have you been drinking tonight?
No, actually.
There they are. There they are.
That's
awesome. Thank you guys
really
for sending that in.
And why is it every time I say something nice, you think it's there's ulterior motives?
I don't know, man. I'm a little dubious of you sometimes. I don't know.
That was really cool.
That was great. Thank you for sending that in.
If she's in the chat, please ask her what city that's in, because I'd love to know.
That was upstate New York. There's a town called Upstate.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Very quickly, if you would like to send in a video, you can send it here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. And as you know, don't play the frickin' Eagles or anything. You use copyright-approved music, and that would be Epidemic Sound. Check it out, epidemicsound.com. There's
now featuring Ray Stevens.
Nope. Free trial links in the description for 30 days, so you can use it for 30 days, and anything you use online in a project is then grandfathered in. You can keep using it, even if you cancel with them. And remember, if it's not Epidemic, it's crap! It's crap. Don't you know it's crap? All the girls know that.
So I do have a question for you about Epidemic.
Don't even. Yes.
How often do you get yourself an affiliate, someone signing up on your links?
I don't know. Why? Why?
Because I never do.
Oh, well, you don't have a cool slogan like, if it's not Epidemic, it's crap.
That's what I need.
That's what you need.
A cool slogan.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I'm going to come up with one.
Okay.
I'll have it by next week.
There you go. That's your assignment. Yes. Okay, now this is another short little video, and I call this What the Flock. This is another DJI FPV almost getting taken out by a bunch of birds. Check this out. Ooh. Here it is again. This is from Patricio Munoz. I think that's how you say it.
Oh, that was cool.
One more time. Oh my goodness!
I gotta hand it to that bird on top, man. He really adjusted. Like, he got out of the way.
Yeah, you could see his tail going. Impact.
Yeah. He threw a little rudder in there and a little elevator and pulled out to the right. Yeah. As a matter of fact,
he opened up his ailerons.
Carl's Corner said it right. What kind of bird flies straight towards you? A duck.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna save this one.
Save it or send it.
But I'm gonna share another video with me in it.
Oh.
And this is from Fly High FPV in Birmingham, Alabama. I go out there once in a while to fly around Caraway Hospital. It's an abandoned hospital. One of the best places. One of the best places to fly FPV.
I've actually seen some of your videos from there.
Although there is a place called the Abyss. The Abyss, we call it, because it's an entrance down. There's like 5 stories below the hospital that are now filled with water. And if you go in there, it's over. There's no getting it back. You're done.
No, you're not. You and Sean aren't going to find it in the alligator-infested pond.
No. But this is my buddy Dave Shaddix, a.k.a. Fly High FPV. He is a sponsor of Minefield on August 21st in Brownsville, Tennessee. So he's flying around Caraway and flying around me, of all things. I just thought I'd want to share this because it's funny.
Are you going to do it?
He's talking to his GoPro.
Job to do. Can you do it for me, please? My GoPro, is it going to work? What do you think, Ken? Is it going to work today?
Oh, yeah.
Is it yay or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? You going to record this one? You going to record this one, boy?
He bangs this thing up so much that you never know when the GoPro's going to work or not. I think, are you good enough, Kelly, now to where you could do one of these bando things?
I couldn't do that.
No?
Is that you?
No. This is no. I've done that. I can do that all day.
Yeah. No, I'd be pretty comfortable flying through it, hitting the gaps and stuff.
Yeah.
At this point,
there's so many places.
Yeah, that's so. Is this kind of place like? Do you have to go through a fence or some sort of a barrier to get in there?
No, man, this is wide open. It's like it was made for FPV guys.
Wow.
And fans of tetanus. If you like FPV and tetanus, this is the place for you.
They really should combine those two things into one product.
Yeah. You'll come for the FPV. You'll stay for the tetanus. Caraway Hospital.
So I haven't flown through anything with that much concrete. How does reception do? As you go up into some of those places with lots of walls and stuff.
That's a great question. There's a test that we did a couple times going through the top floor, see if we can come out the other side. I did it with a Cadix once. The digital, it didn't have enough penetration. But depending on...
So did it end up like right through here like he's just did?
It conked out in the middle of the floor and I had to climb 10 stories. But here we go. Here, check this out. Here's the end.
I think I'll drop in instead of dive in first. Am I on Dave's channel? Am I on Sky High channel? What is it? Sky Fly? What is it? What's the name of your channel again?
Fly High FPV.
That's what it. Damn, your battery's hot.
Get high FPV.
You fly the shit out of it. Can we say shit on your channel?
You can say whatever the you want.
He flies the fucking shit out of this.
We got no filters. We got no
filters. Filters.
We got no rules. Do whatever.
He's flying
rules are for pussies.
Yeah, that's a good day right there.
Yeah, that looks like a blast. How often do you go down there?
For a while, I was going once a month. It's just stinking hot there now. And every time I go, I think it's going to be the last time because they are going to, you can hear the train going by. They're going to demo it. And I've been promised by the corporation that is in charge of it that I will be able to film on demolition day.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are instantly hits, right? Anytime you get, all you need is just a nice little arcing shot of it as it goes down, maybe 2 or 3 drones. Let me know. I'll go with you.
Yeah, I want the usual crew that fly the place to all come out. And I want Koshat in the air with his Autel, just stationary, And then I want somebody with like my Inspire somewhere. But then I want Dave. He knows every inch of that place. I want him
FPV through it while it's going down.
Yeah, I'll give him a GoPro I don't care about, and just say, all right, go break it, do it, just get in there, one shot.
You think they would let you do that while it's going down?
Yes,
really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Rotor Riot? They did it. Have you seen theirs? Their demolition.
Like flying through the building while it's going down?
Not through the building, but outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
But FPV.
Ever since I saw that video on the Rotor Riot channel, I was like, I got to do it.
Yeah.
I got to do it.
I will check that out. I've never seen that one, but that sounds awesome.
It was very, very awesome. Okay. All right. This next one is, and by the way, we're going to play 1 second song here in a little bit.
Got my ears on.
You know what? we have to bring our guest in. I just saw the time. So I apologize to our guest, Ryan LaTourette. I got caught up. But your chance to win this coming up. All right. So now
an 80s radio cart.
Yes. While I call him up, here is Kelly with a joke.
Well, this isn't really a joke. I did sell my vacuum cleaner the other day.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
All it did was collect dust.
That's pretty good. I like that one. That's a good one.
All right, I'm off the science.
Yeah, you're off the naughty list.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So hopefully we're waiting on Ryan LaTourette.
I'll do some posing while we're.
There you go. Oh, there, man. There's a gun show happening.
Gun show.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Ryan LaTourette.
Hello.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but we can't see
hear
you. Can't see. Got to turn your camera on, buddy.
We're gonna try that. We're gonna make sure.
He's got a fantastic. He's got a great radio voice.
Now.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan LaTourette. I'm saying that right?
You are.
Excellent. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry you had to wait through all that silliness, but you know how we do. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you, and how are you fighting the good fight for all of us?
Absolutely. Yeah. So for those that don't know, I am Ryan LaTourette. I'm in Michigan. I'm the Director of Regulatory Affairs for the Great Lakes Drone Company. And we are fighting the good fight. The organization that I'm part founder of is a Michigan Coalition of Drone Operators. And we seek to make sure that drones can fly in the Michigan skies unabated by ordinance or overzealous regulation. Let's put it that way.
Okay. That's and I'm sorry I sound distracted, but again, Wirecast has screwed me and has put an echo on you.
Uh-oh.
All right. So I think, are we good? Are we good, everybody?
For Ryan, the Michigan, what did you say? Michigan Consortium of
Michigan Coalition of Drone Operators.
So do you ever call yourselves the McDo?
No. We could.
Kind of would be a cool name for it, the McDo.
We still have echo. Okay, stand by.
Okay.
It's on this shot, and I just want to say, Wirecast, if you're listening, to go F yourself.
There's an echo in this canyon.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix it.
Did you have some flooding up there recently?
Is it still doing it?
We could have last night because we got a lot of rain.
I have a buddy who lives in Grosse Pointe, and their basement flooded about 2 weeks ago.
I can tell you, I was living like the Amish a couple days ago and had to fire up the generator.
No power in it.
All right. No. Apparently the echo is fixed, so we can continue with our lives. Thanks, Wirecast.
Ooh,
I hate you. I'm going to give you one of the... Okay. Anyway, so Ryan, thank you for taking time to talk with us today.
Absolutely.
And I want to apologize in advance for getting all riled up because you were recently involved. Tell us your involvement in the court case in, how do you pronounce it? What county? Genesee
County.
Yeah.
So last year we had a court case in Genesee County. And some of you may recall that Jason Harrison was actually arrested or, detained.
Was this the big truck thing, the monster truck thing?
No, well, sort of, yeah. It was a park that has trucks that go through a four-wheel drive park.
Yeah.
They call it the mounds. But Genesee County as a whole was prohibiting any drone operators from flying in any of their parks. And Jason Harrison flew in one of the parks, got detained. His drone was confiscated, as was his cell phone, his GoPro. It took everything from him. And they said, you flew in here illegally. Well, Michigan has a state law that says no local subdivision can create or enforce their own drone ordinance. So Genesee County was actually in violation of state law by creating that ordinance. They doubled down and they expanded their ordinance, and we took them to court. And in, February of this year, or end of January, early February, we won that decision that said no, you are correct. Genesee County is wrong, and go fly in the court or go fly in the parks as much as you want.
Excellent.
Now we have a new case.
Okay.
So Ottawa County, other side of the state, has now stood up and said the same thing. They said, no, we can rule our own park system, and they've expanded that to say not only can you not fly in the parks, but you can't even fly outside of our courthouse, our jail, our city buildings. And they put a $500 bounty basically to collect for anybody who does. So we will be in court on September 10th, and we are, going to win. I'm 100% confident of that. The law is on our side, and we're facing a county attorney who has an ego, but not quite a legal argument.
And precedent has been set, right? I mean, based on the other case, does that make a difference?
Not really. So the way it works is when you're at that first court level, you get a decision. So the precedent is set for Genesee County, but not as the state as a whole. So what has to happen is Genesee County could appeal, and if they were to appeal and we win, now we get a statewide precedent. The same thing would be if we win in Ottawa County, which I'm pretty confident of. We expect that the Ottawa County Board of Commissioners is going to vote to appeal, and we'll get into that appellate court, and whatever comes out of that now becomes our statewide precedent.
Okay, that's good. This is what we need. This is what we've needed for a long time. Yes. People that have the wherewithal to follow through with this, because there's so many situations where people just, okay, it's too much trouble, forget it, right? But not you. You're on a mission, and
that law said, it said, because I just watched something about this in preparing to be a good co-host. I saw that it said you can't parachute or balloon or fly an airplane into the park, right? That was actually how it was written. Yep. And the dude was like, no, this is none of those things. That does not apply.
Yeah, well, and that's another piece of it. So if, let's say you are flying an ultralight, right? And you're flying over the property, you're in national airspace, you're under the jurisdiction of the FAA, no problem. And what the county's saying is if you land in our property, now you've got a problem, right? But think about this. If you are in an ultralight and you have an emergency situation, the FAA says you can land anywhere.
Yes.
Put it down right now.
Yep.
You're okay.
Yeah.
And so for the park to come out and say you can't do that, they're in violation of the FAA as well. So we have this push and pull to say, here's the county wanting to have local control, and yet the state tells you no and the federal government tells you no. Guess who's going to win that battle?
The feds. Yeah, every time.
You bet.
Now, is the county's problem with the camera or the flying around? Because
that's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because the latest ordinance that they put in place said not only can you not fly, but you can't record or surveil an area. So what they're looking at is saying you can't even bring a camera into the county building and record. Let's say you're paying your taxes. I can't record me paying my taxes with my phone.
It's because you pay your taxes that I can record you.
That I can. Right.
Yeah.
First Amendment.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so they did this, I think, in two forms. One, they were looking at how egregious can we make this ordinance such that maybe the judge strikes down the half that's a First Amendment concern and keeps the drone a portion of the amendments. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think what we're going to focus on is saying, hey, state law talks about you cannot do anything with the drone, and we aren't going to pay attention to the First Amendment. And I suspect the judge is going to strike down both halves.
We definitely need people in this chain of authority that know something about drones, because it always seems like these out of touch people that lump all flying things, fixed wing, everything, all together. And you're, I hate to do this, you're spying on me and my wife and in the backyard and my daughter, and you're a prevert and we hate you. You know, that kind of thing, isn't it? It's always like that, and it's always the people that are a little bit shady as far as neighbors go that are always worried about that being spied on. Like, we're going to find
They got those classic cars under tarps in the backyard.
Right, like, you're protesting a little bit much. You have a cockfighting ring going on back there or something we need to know about? You're going the marijuana. What are you doing back there that I need to worry about?
What's interesting to me is, Ottawa County has gone with the argument that, well, we need to make sure that you're not surveilling, or you're not intruding upon privacy, which is kind of that interesting argument, like, what do I have an interest in seeing you as an ant at 100 feet, AGL? But the other piece was Genesee County was on the other end of the spectrum, and they were saying, well, it's a safety concern. You could attach a flamethrower to the drone, right? And it's like, yeah, maybe. Okay. No, that's not going to happen. What are you thinking? Right?
Yeah, that people don't know the difference between military drones and the public drones. That they don't sell a Mini 2 with Hellfire missiles that I know about so far.
You could attach a flamethrower to your truck, to your motorcycle. I mean, that's the other thing about it is the ridiculousness of the fact that it is totally impractical to do the kinds of things they're talking about people doing, number one, and number two, a lot of these laws I think are very outdated. They're just based on technology and things that were going on 50 years ago and need to be updated.
Yep, and innovation always outpaces legislation. And another thing is, sure, there's Walmart drones, there's toy drones, and then a person in authority will meet someone with a Part 107 certification that does know a little bit more about this stuff than your average bozo, So when someone like us, like the people watching, are confronted by local yokel people who say, "Oh, you can't fly here," and we try to educate them, and boy, have you noticed they just don't want to be educated, do they?
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
I have some information for you there, Skippy. You want to, you have to use tact. Never argue with them. You have to treat officers with respect.
Yeah, I don't think Skippy's going to get you very
far.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how I feel deep down in my heart.
Have you ever actually seen that video of Russ when he was questioned by an officer about flying? He was flying in his car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he handled it really well. I thought, and he had his camera rolling the whole time. I thought it was a good thing for him to put out there because it did show everything was fine at the end.
Yeah.
The guy basically told him it was private property. You can't fly there. He left, etc.
Right. Even if the law is on your side, you can't be as much as I want to be. You can't be snarky about it because snark doesn't get you. Snark doesn't get you anywhere with law enforcement.
I'll share with you my favorite story.
All right.
I am right near Lansing, Michigan, so I fly down at the Capitol building for the state of Michigan quite often.
Uh-huh.
And, this is quite a while ago, back in 2015, so even before Part 107 came out. I would be flying down there and train the Michigan State Police who were on post to guard the building. And so I would allow them to fly the drone, with my direction. I would teach them on the drone laws and regulations, how to handle concerns that might arise from a drone. And one night I decided, well, I'm going to go down, I'll fly. So I took my Inspire down with me. And the police station for the local police, the Lansing police, is right across the street from the Capitol building. I happened to launch right there. Out comes a rookie cop. And he sees the drone in the sky, and you can see his eyes light up, right? He's like, get that thing down now.
I got one.
Can't fly here. And I just happened to say, under whose authority? Rolling
You did.
my eyes.
Oh, you said that out loud to him.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
So
boy.
Did you say under whose authority, Skippy?
No, don't say Skippy. Or sport, or boss, or chief.
Right.
Don't say any of those things.
So he comes rolling over and just very demanding. Bring it down now. And I said, okay, I'm bringing it down. I guess I wasn't bringing it down fast enough for him. And so he says, well, I'm going to call the Michigan State Police. I said, you do that. Go ahead.
Oh, boy.
So here he is getting on his, walkie-talkie thing and giving a call to the Michigan State Police. And at that point, I'm pretty well down with the Inspire, but he's still coming towards me, and he's probably within 15 feet of me. And I said, dude, get back. I'm landing this thing. Well, that set him off the edge.
Oh.
He decided I'm a big threat to him. And so he made sure that the state police knew that they needed to be there now. Just at that moment, coming down the wrong way on the one-way street in front of the Capitol is the Michigan State Police car. Comes roaring in, screeches to a halt, and out steps the officer and says, "Hey, Ryan, I haven't seen you in a while. Do I get to fly tonight?"
He said that?
Yeah, so here's this rookie officer, tail between his legs, like, what have I just done?
Oh, man.
I like to stand there as the professor and listen to, as my student, the Michigan State Police, teach the Lansing police officer all about drone regulations as I smile. Right?
Well, yeah, well, that's fortunate for you, but so many people get in the similar situation where they don't know the cop, and then like rookie cop will call another rookie cop. Before you know it, they've tackled you on the ground. Your drone is still hovering, which, by the way, it's illegal to mess with a pilot while he's flying. Yeah, that's a great story. I'm glad it ended well for you. Let's talk about municipalities that will just put these signs up just because they don't like drones. Like at the park.
Seeing a lot of that, yeah.
Or they'll,
no
because
drone zone.
No drone zone. It's not backed up by any kind of law or legislation or even rules. They just don't like it. They went down to Kinko's, made a sign, and then put it down there at the beach or whatever. How do you fight that?
Yeah, so we're seeing that a lot here in Michigan even. The state parks have decided that they would put up no drone zone signs, right?
Yeah.
I happened to be out in Holland after I stopped in at the Ottawa County board meeting, and there's that no drone sign. So it's right next to the entry point of the park, and all the park rangers are right there. And so I thought, what a great place for a selfie with the drone in the air as I'm flying. Yeah. So
and you did.
I do challenge the things like that. But yeah, we're seeing that more and more. I know down in Florida, Ken Dono just had an issue where a cop came up to him and said, "Hey, didn't you see the sign? There's no drones in this park." They don't have any ordinance that backs up that sign. Yet they're willing to say, "Hey, you can't fly here. This is a no drone zone." And we need to be able to push back. We need to be able to organize as a community, right? So you've got other flyers that are right in your vicinity, or maybe there's, your area of the state, and be able to say, hey, we need to visit City Hall and talk about these signs, get them removed, or challenge them on that idea that they have a drone ordinance in place.
I think a lot of times it's just laziness. Because they don't, it costs money to train officers on these things, and they just have a blanket. Nope, because you can fly in certain situations. Maybe there's places, critical infrastructure where you can't, but they don't know that. They're just, we don't like it, so we're not going to do it. Let's touch on, and I know this might trigger some people. There's people watching that have dealt with homeowners associations. Oh boy.
That's a Congress of Karens, isn't it?
Oh man, a Congress of Karens, no doubt. You can't have a green door. Your lawn can't be more than 3.5 inches high, and no drones. Well, not really. I've run into that a couple times just doing real estate in these places, in the homeowners association cesspools, where they come running up. Sir. So, no, I defer to the federal government in these cases. Your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, so in the same thing, I'm one that would defer to the federal government to say, hey, it's airspace. Airspace is public, and that was under Cosby versus U.S. That's already been decided. I think the one challenge is if you live in that homeowners association, now, okay, it gets a little more tricky where you've signed up to all the rules and regulations that they've put forward.
Right.
If you're in that situation, go off site and try to fly. You're still bound to it in some fashion, but you at least have a fighting chance to go back to your board and say, hey, look, well, we can change this rule and get it eliminated, or I'm going to just fly from off site and get the shots of the property that I want.
Yeah, again,
it's a challenge for them.
Yeah, people that live in those type situations, maybe they moved in, then got interested in drones, then found out. It's not worth their while a lot of times.
I live in one of those kind of neighborhoods
You
too,
do.
with a very strict set of neighborhood association rules. I've never had an issue though with flying. I live. There's a golf course probably 2 blocks away, and sometimes I've gone up to where I can see that. I do a little FPV in my front yard sometimes. All my neighbors know me and know what I do, and know that I'm into this, and so most of them are interested in it and or indifferent to it, But
and that's a good thing to reach out to your neighbors.
Yeah, absolutely.
And put let them fly it, show them how it works, show them the video. Most important, because I can't see what you're doing in your bathroom from 300 feet.
And I've also done a couple of people who were moving. I did photos of their houses for them, drone photos of their houses just for free. Just, hey, you're my neighbor. I'll take these pictures for you. There was a question earlier, and I think it was Trip Prot was the person who asked it, and he wanted to know Triprot. He wanted to know what the cost of these court cases can be. Like how does the money end of it get handled?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing. How are you financing your journey?
Absolutely. So one, it does cost money for this. With Genesee County, we had an attorney that was very, very helpful. He is the same attorney that's helping this time through. He didn't charge us anything for Genesee County. Did that on his own time and dime, and that's tremendous. With Ottawa County, we know it is going to cost us. We expect that's going to also include the appeal, and we're thinking that's going to be somewhere in the $6,000 to $8,000 range. So we are on a fundraising effort to ask the community for help. I myself has pledged to match the first $500 of contributions. I know we've already got $150 towards that. So spend my money. Help me spend that money. And,
where can people go if they want to help? If they want, do you have
I will post it in the comments. We are sending our money to the attorney Gene Greenblatt in Bloomfield Hills, and you just write MCDO donation on your check, and that will allow him to cash those funds.
Yeah. Now, if you're a lawyer, does it benefit you to have a case where precedent is set? Is that good for your lawyer portfolio? Because you'd think that more lawyers
I would say so, yeah.
would be involved in this kind of thing. There's a lot of precedent to be set all over the country in individual counties, and
Dean is a person, he understands that this is important to the drone community, and I know that as a result of Genesee County, he's picked up other drone cases. So that's certainly helpful, especially when you're talking about this becomes a national involvement. Michigan is one of 17 states that have drone preemption in their state laws. So any other states that have this crop up, he's able to consult with attorneys from those states, because as a lawyer, you can't practice in another state unless you pass their bar.
Mm-hmm.
But he's actually able to consult with an attorney, say in Florida, and say, okay, Florida, you have this same preemption. Here's what we did. Here's the legal argument that you can use and follow the same path to get the same results. So it is helpful.
Good. Well, I hope we get some precedent set, and that yes, Kelly.
There's another question in the chat. Somebody was asking if either of you, and I don't, but if anyone knows about the update with raised day quads and the FAA.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you know anything about that?
So I do know that they filed their brief. They got it in on time. I've had a cursory review of that brief. Jonathan sent it to me. Brendan Schulman sent me it as well. And I like their arguments on the Fourth Amendment, especially where they're talking about, the illegal search and seizure, basically, where you're able to find the individual who's flying a drone by remote ID And you can find that regardless of whether there's any, even hint of a possible crime, regardless of whether they're flying perfectly legally. So being able to, track an individual, that goes against the Katz case back in the 1960s. So I think that argument alone is going to be very helpful in court to potentially knock out good portions of the remote ID regulations.
So it's like a guilty until proven innocent kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you very much for fighting the fight, man. That's
absolutely
great to have people like you out there. Let me just bring something else up while I have all of you drone experts on here. Recently, and I think with the recurrent test being so dumb easy, apparently we can take our Part 107 recurrent, we can fly at night, we can fly directly over toddlers, we can fly over cars. They're kind of loosey-goosey with all that right now. And what I heard is, and I heard this from an FAA guy, you can fly over people, but not a lot of people, and not for an extended period of time. Same with cars. You can fly over roads where there's cars, but not hover over traffic. It's all very subjective. Your take on all that?
Yeah, so with the Cat 1 drones that they're talking about, you can fly over people, but you can only fly one direction and you have to traverse. Well, okay. Yeah, so there's a big crowd. I'm just going to fly right across them and land on the other side. What's the difference if I fly back across them at another vantage point? It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
It's really stupid.
Yeah, everybody's looking for just a solid. I think it was almost better when they were just like, just don't fly over people, because everybody knew that. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and imagine policing that, right? So I'm a police officer and I see a drone that's over the top of a crowd that's traversing. Now I have to decide, does that person have they taken their recurrent test? So maybe they haven't. They're in violation.
Is this the first time you flew over the crowd, or am I just seeing the third time that you? It's It's so.
I mean, I would guess that the point of that is just so you're not you're not parking yourself up there or spending, minimizing the amount of time that you're over the crowd. That would be my guess.
Well, yeah, and the question there is, what harm is it going to do to even hover a Cat 1 drone over an individual? You can't lacerate somebody, right? If it falls out of the sky, it's supposed to have shrouded props or caged props so that it can't lacerate anybody. We know from the Assura reports that a drone of that size hitting somebody on the head doesn't even give them a concussion. So what's the point that you can't hover over somebody? It really goes beyond pale as to how the FAA come up with those ideas.
It seems like they're walking back a lot of these things because when you think about it, absolutely. When you think about it, the more regulations they have, then the more policing that they're going to have to do, and then that's more money. And there are no FAA police. Right. The only, and I tell people this all the time. They ask me if it's almost dark, but I have a light and it's not bright. Can I do that? The only way you can get caught by the FAA and get in trouble is if somebody reports you, and they have to follow up on that.
Yeah.
There's,
or if you cause an accident.
Or if you cause an accident, and you get the local police involved, of course. They have to investigate that.
But I like to tell officials too that when they're thinking about drones, I say, look, when we're talking about drones, think about the last time that there was a fatality with the drones. Can you tell me that? And they say, well, no. I said, well, I can tell you right off the top of my head. It was 2013 in September, and it was to an RC helicopter pilot who actually ended up killing himself by accident, right? But so we haven't had a fatality in 8 years with a drone. And yet, you allow that helicopter to fly over your house. That helicopter is one of, many in the United States. Each year, 20 fatalities, in the U.S. alone are caused by helicopters. Well, helicopters fly over us, and there's that, concern. Well, they have airworthiness certifications. Yeah, that didn't stop them from killing anybody, but you're going to stop me from flying a drone that hasn't killed anybody over you? Come on, give me a break.
What's the most important thing that we need to do as a community? How can we help educate the uneducated? How do we get more? I feel as soon as I got my 107, I felt empowered because I know I don't remember METARs. Who needs METARs? But like just knowing sectional charts and things like that, having the basic knowledge really does help, and it makes you think twice before you do something stupid. Because when you first get a drone, it's all like how high, how far, all this. You want to test the limits. How do we get the information to the newbies about this? Is like an advertising campaign? Do we put like a Surgeon's General warning on the drone? Do we put little stick figures on there like you put on soda machines? Don't pull the machine over on you, dum-dum. How do we reach these people?
Yeah, we always say that self-policing is the most important thing towards, the FAA becoming accepting of drone operations. I don't know that I buy that any longer. We've been self-policing for the last 8 years, right? And so we have new people coming into the hobby. They still are flying, in a rogue fashion, but we don't have injuries or deaths that are resulting that are, of great concern. So, are we going too far in that end? I like to spin it around and say the folks that we need to educate are the elected officials. To be able to go, and just as I did with Ottawa County, went to the meeting and said, look, I don't want to have a regulation in place on where I'm flying, but I do want to work with you to make sure that you know the capabilities of drones, that I can use the drone to help you find a criminal who's, gone off into the woods. I can help you use a drone to figure out where that Alzheimer's patient, ended up. I can use a drone to, help you map the community for FEMA to determine your flood zones. So showing them the power and goodness of drones, I think, is the better policing, right? It's anti-policing to say, help us, grow the industry, not press down on the industry. Right.
Ryan, do you fly FPV?
You know what? I don't. I need to.
You do. I think flying FPV has made me a better camera drone pilot, because you really know how, the stalling capabilities, what happens when you just continue rolling. I mean, the physical properties of your drone. It does. Don't you agree, Kelly? It makes you a better all-around pilot.
And also just, they're two completely different experiences, but they're both great. And there's nothing more fun than having, I love it when I set up and I've got like my Mavic Pro 2 and an FPV drone set up at the same time, and I'm flying them both for something. This one's going to film this one while it's going over or whatever. It's awesome. It is awesome, but they are the FPV communities, like the FPV people. They're like a redhead stepchild when it comes to regulation and the FAA. Yeah, but they lump them all together, and it's so totally different. It's so completely different. The same thing with that is you don't go very high, typically. True.
And honestly, that is the best situation. So we're talking about race day quads going after the federal government over our remote ID. They're the group that can really do this. They're the ones that can say, look, you think you own from the first blade of grass on up for the jurisdiction, but the reality is we aren't flying high enough that we're going to get in anybody's way in terms of an aircraft going overhead.
Yeah,
we're flying drones that are small enough that they aren't going to hurt somebody if you get hit with them, versus the AMA that's flying these jumbo things, right? That we need a runway to take off, so we're flying at the local airport and have to communicate with the tower as to who's coming in at the time,
right? But there's
you have
visual.
to stay away from that drone.
There's VLOS issues when it comes to FPV, because flying line of sight FPV is not as safe as flying with the goggles on, and that's just that's just the way it is. A lot of people that have been flying FPV for a while, you take the goggles off of them and let them try to fly line of sight. It's a little awkward. So it's a lot awkward. I try to do it once in a while just to keep in practice, but you can't.
Well, the best thing you can do in both those situations, and I truly believe this, I do break this rule sometimes, but is to fly with somebody else, is to have someone there, a visual, whether they're a dedicated visual observer or just someone else is keeping an eye out. Hey, there's somebody, especially where I fly a lot, and I've been flying there with Sunrise Water Media quite a bit recently. There is a big field, and then there's a track. And sometimes we'll go down and fly over the track, but we don't do it if there's people there. If there's anybody on the track, but I'll be flying and he'll tell me, oh, there's somebody on the track, so stay away from it. It's just, it's great to have that second set of eyes when you're doing it. I really believe that kind of the buddy system is a big help when you're trying to fly safely.
I agree, but you can't all the time.
No, you can't. And there are times when you just go out by yourself too. But ultimately, I think you're right, Ken, is that the FPV community, they're kind of the rebels, they're kind of the bad boys or whatever. But what they're doing really is more of a sport down close to the ground. And to your point, Ryan, they're not flying they're not flying Inspires, right? An Inspire could truly hurt somebody if it fell out of the air. Whereas a 5-inch quad really, it might cut you a little bit, but I've hit myself before with them and it hurts, but it's fine.
Yeah. I will let you know, along with everybody else, that the FAA has chosen me to participate in their drone safety roundtable. That
Nice.
Our first meeting is tomorrow, Friday the 13th. So good luck to me. Yay.
The nuts of the roundtable.
Yeah. So, what kind of things should I haven't had a meeting yet, so I don't know how it's going to go, or whether this will be my one and only meeting.
Well, call them all Skippy to start with.
That's what I'll do. I'll say, hey there, hey sport, But I do want to be a good. I want to represent the community as best I can and offer constructive advice to them. What kind of things what should I tell the FAA, Ryan? What should I tell them if I have the chance? What should I tell them?
So to me, the one challenge that the FAA has, and they know this challenge fully, is that they don't have the policing power. And so they are looking at having local police do the policing power for them in terms of ramp checks on individuals. And, we could go into an entire, 2-3 hour conversation on ramp checks and the concerns of them. But it's the idea that if you're going to turn over that enforcement option to a local police department, you've got to train them. And the FAA has done a dismal job thus far of training police, and we see it all the time in YouTube videos, right? And so what plan do they have in place that they're going to turn that around? So Ken, there you go. That's the roundtable item I would go in with, is to say, hey, if we want to do anything and do it right, we need to look at how we train local police departments on drones.
I agree.
And to me, it's telling them, here's how, drones are good. We emphasize that versus hey, let's clamp down on these guys.
Absolutely agree. I hope to be a good ambassador. Maybe I can suggest, hey, use some of that infrastructure money But anyway, hey man, thank you so much for being on with us. Best of
Ryan,
luck to
awesome
you
to meet you.
with all of your legal endeavors, and knowing you're in our corner makes all of us feel a little bit better.
Fight the good fight every moment.
Absolutely. And I'll put in the comments where you can send donations. We're going to need them.
Excellent. And I will copy and paste that into the description of this video. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you later, bud. All right. How about that guy?
Awesome. That was very, very. There were a lot of things in there that I was sort of familiar with, but I learned a lot.
Yeah. And now we're going to learn Kelly's next joke.
Oh, well, did you hear about those 2 windmills on a wind farm?
No.
One of them asked the other, hey, what's your favorite music? And he said, well, I'm a big metal fan.
That's good. No, I like it. That's a thinker. I like it. All right, let's get into the rest of the viewer videos, and then we'll play 1 second song, and then you can go to sleep.
Yeah.
How about that? And I want to thank
I'll be too amped after this to go to sleep, man. After I'm on your show, it's like all night. This is
man,
adrenaline.
Yeah. And I want to thank all the Europeans for staying up and watching this live. Let me know if it's like 1 or 2 a.m. and I don't know, like Holland or the UK or wherever you are.
Yeah, I saw
this.
Geeks Fana in there earlier.
He never sleeps. That guy never sleeps.
He's still in there.
And he just reached 10,000 subscribers. So congrats to him.
Can I say real quick, he's going to be on with me tomorrow night on Speed Dial, actually. So I'll have Sean with Geeks Fana on with me. So if you want to hear Sean's sultry, posh voice on my show, along with my voice, you can join us.
It's
7 p.m.
always
Central.
lovely to have his proper English accent on.
It is.
He lends gravitas to wherever he is. All right, so this next one is from Dale Curtis.
Dale.
And it's he says it's another video from me in sunny Gloucester. Anywhere, it's in England. This time it's my friend Chris Stokes, taking down 2 storm-damaged trees using a 60-ton crane.
Whoa.
This is pretty cool. And he filmed the whole thing with a drone.
I've used a 50-ton crane, but not a 60-ton.
Oh
crane.
yeah, no, he stepped up and got the 60.
Yeah.
He said he used his Mavic Air 2 and trusty Phantom 4 Pro to film this.
You know, that's what I'm Wedge, Doug. He's a crane operator.
Yeah.
I've seen some of his videos in cranes. That's pretty awesome. What a great job that would be.
To be a crane operator?
Yeah.
Yeah, just sit in an air-conditioned cab all day?
Yeah, listening to that Kentucky radio station that has that famous Ken Heron on it.
You mean WJLI, Paducah, Kentucky's Rock 98.3 radio.
Oh, is it rock or country?
Oh, it's rock, my friend.
It's rock, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I could stand country anymore. Yeah. I can only listen to so many. We got a beer in our truck and dirt road. Not a fan. Sorry.
This is really well done.
Yeah, look at that time lapse. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I would dare say it's tremendous. Awesome.
What do you trunk?
What's that?
That's what I trunk too.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sending that in, Dale Curtis.
So you heard about snowpocalypse here in Austin, right?
Snowpocalypse?
Or in Texas. Earlier this year, we had a lot of snow and all the power went out.
Okay, what's a lot of snow in Texas?
Oh, it was like 4 days and feet of snow. I mean, any snow is a lot of snow. You didn't anyway.
I did. Of course, I did.
Our power grid went down. It was a terrible thing. We lost a tree in our front yard, and we had it taken down because it was dead. And just one little branch, I mean, maybe a foot tall and a foot around, weighs like 80 pounds. So I can only imagine the weight of those big pieces they were taking down. It's just, it amazes me how heavy a tree is.
Yeah, that they are heavy. That's why they're using those big old cranes and the chains.
And you remember the Rush song, right? There is unrest in the forest. There is trouble with the trees.
What?
You've never heard the Trees by Rush?
I think I did. I think I did once.
It's political allegory.
Okay. Hey,
you got a super chat too.
I know we got a bunch. I'm gonna go back and we're gonna read those here in a second. But while we're talking about WJLI Paducah, Kentucky, I'm on a morning show there, and that's why I'm a little rammy and tired when I'm doing this show on Thursdays. I get up at 4 a.m. But would you like to hear some audio from my morning show?
Yes. Okay. Would I?
Okay. Cover the kids' ears. But here it is. This is our morning show.
Rock 98.3 WJLI. Here's some fun stuff the Brew Crew Morning Show's gotten into lately.
Are you watching the Olympics?
No.
Man, I caught just a few of the highlights.
Yes.
I'm over 50, so I'm a creepy old guy. I accept it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm watching the Olympics for the same reason that all the other creepy guys are watching, and that is for the toned and fantastic young nubile ladies doing all kinds of jumping and bouncing and rolling and twisting and grabbing. And
is that really why you're watching?
Yeah, man. Did you see even the chicks that do the weights? What's that thing called? The grab and jerk with the thing where they hoist the weight up and then they go over their head. The jerk and something. What is it?
Can you explain that again?
The grab. Yeah, they pick up the weight and they go, and then their thighs are just rippling with power.
Hey, I like Ken's commentary about the Olympics. If he would have actually known the event, he could have knocked it out of the park.
What is the event?
It's called the snatch.
No.
Yes, when they bring it straight up over their head and stand up with it, it is called the snatch. Because one of the commentators, after the lady did the lift, she said that was perfect form, by far the cleanest snatch of the competition.
No!
Yes.
Start your day with JC and Ken.
And then when they had those slow motion replays, She's going to throw the thing again? Oh, my goodness. In slow motion? Oh, dear.
The Brew Crew Morning Show.
Oh, yeah. So that's, if anybody in the chat, the moderators want to post a link, a caster link, there's a caster link. You can't find the radio station on iTunes for some reason.
So if I got one of those fancy internet radios like you just got, you said you got a new rack mounted, would it pick up there?
No, I can't even, no.
Oh.
There's a caster link that you can get on you can put it on your phone or a browser, but I can't get on this thing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's my other job.
Keeping it classy. Fly High FPV says, always keeping it classy, Ken.
Absolutely. So speaking of FPV, I got this wonderful email from, and he puts a pronunciation guide, Rob Hortzman. Rob Hortzman. Yes. He says, "Hey Ken, I am loving this FPV stuff. Holy balls." That's what he says.
Those hurt.
And I'll start playing this while I read the rest of it. He says, "This video is my first time flying FPV in acro. I've been flying fixed wing of all types and sizes for about 9 years now. Then I was turned into this FPV thing, and it changed my life. It really did. In the last few years, I've had several cervical, spine, and other surgeries, lots of pain, and FPV is probably the next best thing to riding a roller coaster in my condition. I find with FPV, it doesn't matter what's going on in my life. For about 4 to 10 minutes, nothing else matters. I wish I could bottle it. Love your show and TNL videos." Rob Hortzman.
Awesome.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that says holy balls when they talk about FPV
what
knows
a great first acro flight too. I mean, he's holding it there. He's chasing a plane.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's really good. Thanks, man, for sending that in. It's not easy to do. I remember when I first started flying FPV, I got to a point where okay, I got this, and I tried to track one of those fixed wing planes.
Yeah.
It's
and you're like, it's a tiny little dot way off in the distance,
right,
and then you hit it, or you almost hit it.
Yeah.
It's like there was no middle ground. It was really either far away or really close.
If you ever want to see the proper way to follow RC plane, just tune into Nurk's channel.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, did you hear he is not on the roster for DRL this year?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
He didn't make. He was number 13 of 12, so he's an alternate.
Look, you know why? I totally understand. I know why.
Why is that?
Because he just had a baby. How many times can you practice when you have to change diapers and you're up all night? I mean,
the guy's a content machine. He's constantly making content.
Yeah.
But I know. I know he wants to be back into it, but I think he's still going to be involved with DRL. But he's not currently for the 2021 lineup. He's not one of the pilots.
Well, that's fine. He's a 2018 DRL champion, and he's one of my favorites of all time. Yes,
agreed.
He's got really good beard, and he smells good too. I was at Rampage, Rotor Riot Rampage, and I didn't tell him, but I got up near him. I took a whiff. He smells good. He's a good smelling guy.
You know that's a thing with you, isn't it?
It's important. It's so important to smell good.
I guess that's why you and I only do these things online, because of my smell.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say anything, but now that you brought it up, no. Yeah. By the way,
that's why I wasn't invited to Minefield this year. It was real hot and I was real sweaty.
Yeah, you get that funk.
I get that funk.
You get a little funky. We got a couple of super chats from Rabad. Thank you, Rabad. $20. Wow, $20. Thanks, Ken. Great videos. I still have my Techniques 1200 turntable because I just posted a video with a millennial trying to use a record player, which is hilarious. Urgent safety alert. I lost my new Mavic 2 Pro when a Loom Cube bracket came loose and became prop food. I never heard that before. I'm going to start using that. Prop food. I love it. At 360 feet, thank God no death or injuries. To be continued. And another $20, thank you, to continue the story. This story can be as long as you want it, sir.
Yes.
Part
as
2.
As long as it's orange.
That's it. Continued story. Will, nice guy from Loom Cube support, replaced my light kit only. It's a known issue. Retention clips fail with vibration. Loom Cube makes great lights, but horrible brackets. No care refresh. Use zip ties to secure. Yeah, I mean, they do. They really do make great products. And I've got a ton of them to give away at Minefield. Ton of prizes.
LukeTube just came out with a like a battery selfie stick thing, right? Do you have one of those? Have you seen that?
No, I didn't get the selfie.
It's like a stick, that you could screw the light or a camera into, but it has a battery in it. It has a 10,000 milliamp battery,
Oh,
so
man.
you can walk around with it like this, and then have power going up to your camera or whatever. It's pretty
Like
cool.
like a magic wand of light.
Yes, a Vada Kedavra.
Okay, hold on. You do it again. Do it. Say it again.
Avada Kedavra.
There you go. And Levi Schaefer. Hey, man. Thank you for the $5. You guys are all thumbs. True. Some of us are all thumbs.
I am a thumber.
Do you thumb everything?
Pretty much.
Wow. All right.
I did find out, though, my son is a pincher.
Good for him.
He's been flying some FPV with me, and he's a pincher.
Excellent. And Alexis with $5. Hey, Alexis. Are you guys wearing any of the underwear tonight that I sent you? Well, of course. Yes, I always wear it on Thursdays. I think I'm wearing the kitty cat underwear tonight. Did you know
is it the kitty cat?
Yeah, she sent me underwear. Did you know
and
that?
it has kitty cats on it?
And it had kitty cats on it.
I want to get on this. I need to be a part of this because is it like Underwear of the Month Club or something?
No. I'm sorry. I can't share Alexis with you, Kelly. She's mine, all mine, and you can't have it. Oh, sure, you can watch Kelly's channel, but your heart belongs to me. To you and me, baby.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I don't know
real.
how you could
It's
resist
real.
that.
Oh, it's real. It's real.
I was tired of my lady. We've been together too long.
Oh my God.
Like a worn out recording.
Oh, stop it.
My favorite song.
Okay.
If you like pina coladas.
Oh my God. I can't stop him. Max Air 420 with a 420. He says there's a 420 train coming in hot. Not really, but I appreciate it's one of those cars that the cartoon rabbit.
Yeah, they push it down.
It's just one of those going by. Thank you, Max Air.
And it ends up Wile E. Coyote's piloting it, and it
That's
goes off a cliff.
It goes through that tunnel that he painted into a boulder. Right. All right, so I've got a couple more videos here, but I'm going to save those, and let's play 1 second song. 1 second song.
Can you do the Pina Colada song?
Absolutely.
Also known as Escape.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What do you like making love?
Please. Oh my God. Oh my God.
To the Cape.
Oh, thank goodness I can mute him. Isn't that wonderful? I can do. Go ahead and sing. I don't care what you do. Yeah, see, it's wonderful. He's still doing it. All right. So somebody's gonna win this. This is a wireless microphone set from Mirfac, and it's fucking good. That should be their slogan. Mirfac. If it's not Mirfac, it's not as Mirfacking good. There you go. They're already doing. They're already. What are we?
Yep.
I thought I had slow mode on. What happened here? How you doing that? Stop it, Johnny. Johnny D, you're a spaz. Stop it. I love you, but you're a spaz.
Yeah, if you don't stop, I'm going to start singing again.
Yeah, I think.
That should stop.
I'm sorry, Johnny D, buddy, but don't be mad. Don't be mad. Oh, I got to punish you for that.
He mutes me. He timeouts
No,
you.
I'm not doing that. Oh, he's not going to like that. But that's just for tonight. Don't get upset. But yes, we're going to do Pick Me, Pick Me! All right. So Kelly is going to pick someone. And I'm going to pick someone.
Oh, I know who I got.
Okay. So don't say it out loud. I'm going to pick someone. Kelly's going to pick someone. Kelly, now I've made these 1 second songs so easy. So easy. All right? Let's see. Who am I going to pick here? Okay, I've got it.
Price is Right theme, by the way.
That's right. And
Earlier, I had a long conversation with Jeff Sills about Dr. Demento and all the greatness of him. All right, I've picked somebody already.
You did. Okay, so I'm going to play, so we can stop saying.
Write it down, or you just
if you remember it.
I can remember.
I can't remember things, that's why I write it down. So we're going to play 1 second song. I'm going to play 1 second of a song that should be pretty easy for everybody to pick out. And if Kelly gets it, if Kelly gets the best out of 10, then his person will win. But if he doesn't, then my person will win. Okay?
Okay.
So if he loses, then my person becomes a winner. You get it? All
yeah.
right, here we go. 1 second song.
It's a song, it's a song, it's a 1 second song. So it's way too short for you to try to sing along. It's a song, it's a song, it's a 1 second song. Take a guess and see if you're right or wrong. It's a song, it's a song, it's a 1 second song. You can win a prize made in Hong Kong.
I don't know if it's made in Hong Kong, but I'm pretty sure it's Chinese. All right.
Yeah,
So-
that rhymed.
Yeah, it doesn't rhyme. If it's
Made in Taiwan, that would have worked. As
that
well.
would have worked too.
Made
All
in
right.
the It's a song. Made in the USA. Didn't work.
Yeah. All right. So, best out of 10. You ready with the first
Okay,
one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. And we'll be playing just for fun against the chat. I know there's a little bit of lag. One guess per. Okay. All right. So you're playing versus the chat. Again, there's a little bit of lag, but still be fair. Here we go. All right.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper.
Whoa. You got it just from. You got it from that?
In the middle of the night, my mother says,
Yeah.
"What you gonna do with your life?"
All right, man. That's one.
I was a radio DJ, just like you.
Really? Where?
KTSB, University of Texas at Austin.
Do your
Except
radio.
my show was the hardcore punk show. So
Do your
we didn't play
radio
a lot
guy
of Cyndi
voice.
Lauper.
What radio guy voice did you have? Because I know you didn't use your regular voice.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right.
You're listening to KTSB, and that was Bad Religion. Up next, we've got Black Flag, who Henry Rollins is going to be here in town next week, and I'm going to be interviewing him. So stay tuned.
Did you interview Henry Rollins?
I did.
Ooh.
I interviewed Henry Rollins. I interviewed Ian Mackay from Minor Threat. I interviewed the Lemonheads. I interviewed a whole like every time a punk band would come into town, the Descendants. Every time a punk band would come into town, we would go down and do a little
Wow.
spot
You know
for
what?
the radio
I don't
station.
believe you that you interviewed Henry Rollins. I think. Okay, I'm going to get copyright strike for that. All right. That wasn't the 1 second song, but I know you can name it.
That was Liar by Henry Rollins.
Yeah, of course it was.
Or Black Flag.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's the next 1 second song. I know
hear it
Kelly
again?
Kelly would have gotten that. Yeah, one more time for everybody in the chat.
Don't know.
So, anybody in the chat? Yes. Oh my gosh, Tammy Jean. I think Tammy Jean got it. That's the Divinals. I Touch Myself. Remember that song?
Oh God, yes.
It was a terrible song.
It is a terrible song.
And it was banned by my radio station for a while.
And honestly, I'm glad I didn't know it.
Yeah,
So
that
there.
would have said a lot about you had you known that. All right, here's the next 1 second song.
A Little Respect for Me by Alison Moyet who was with Yaz. I think it was Yaz. That you give me though, that you give me. It's A Little Respect for Me.
Yeah, I just need the title, not the band. But Jim Pedikowski got it.
Wait, I
but
didn't
I
get
think you got it. You got it. Yeah. So that's 2
Yeah.
for you. Very good.
Yeah,
Very
okay.
good. Yeah. That's a Little Erasure.
Is it Yaz or is it Alison Moyet?
It's Erasure.
Erasure. But it was Alison Moyet. She was the singer for both bands.
Hell, I don't know.
I do know.
All right. I believe you. All right. Here's the next 1 second song. Oh, one more time. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Yeah. Tony Mason got it. So no point for
Oh,
you.
Maniac. Yeah, okay.
That was Maniac. Yeah.
Yeah, I was too slow.
Flashdance. Didn't she pull a cord and drip water all over? And and I
Why don't
became
you
a
do
man that night.
Why don't you do that with the Raz, Ken? That would be really
Did
erotic.
you pull a cord and have the Raz fall on me?
Yes. Who wants that?
So many great ideas. All right, here is the next 1 second song. Oh, you know that.
Oh, Cars by it's Cars. Here in my car. Newman. Randy Newman.
Yeah, Randy Newman. Gary Newman. but
Gary Newman.
I think
one
Randy
of the
Newman
Newmans.
had short people. But yeah. No, there it is. Here in my car, I feel safest of all. I can lock all my doors.
all the doors.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
the only way to live.
Everybody got
in
that.
Cars. Ooh-doo.
What a great song.
Ooh-doo.
Now it's time we dance on sprockets.
Would you like to touch my monkey?
Don't touch the monkey. All right. All right. Here's the next 1 second song.
My honey, my baby.
Oh.
Oh, don't put it on the shelf. Don't hand me lines. Keep your hands to yourself. By shit.
It wasn't. No, the band Shit didn't do that
something
one.
Chains. It's like the something chains, but it's keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. That's the Georgia Satellites.
Georgia Satellite. Why do I think chains?
Yeah.
Maybe
So
that
you
was
got
the name.
4. You got 4.
All right.
All right. You just need
Doing good.
2 more. All right. So they're getting tougher though. Okay. Here is your next 1 second song.
Do your best.
Oh.
Da-da-da-da, hey, don't get
Do
yourself
your
away. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It just takes some time.
Come on,
little girl.
chat. Come on,
I don't
chat.
know.
Come on.
Battleship
Do your
Chains.
best.
Yeah.
I don't know the name.
Somebody
I don't
who
know the name
doesn't,
of the
who
song.
the blue dot got it. Eric Swanson.
What's it called? The
Yeah,
middle.
The middle. Yes, the middle.
By the way, actually, somebody said it was tied down with Battleship Chains was another song by that same band. So Mudball Creative, thank you for that. I knew it was something to do with chains, but yes, that's Jimmy Eat World, by the way.
Yeah, you didn't get that point.
No,
Okay.
but I didn't know the name of that song.
That's okay. Here's the next 1 second song.
Is that the question?
Oh.
Is it answer?
Is that the question?
That's what you have to do. You have to sing it out loud and reassemble it in your head. But who's going to do it quicker? Him or you? Oh.
Answer.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Is that the question?
Oh, well, we all got the
God,
band.
I
I
know
think we
this
all know the
song.
band. Oh,
It's Pearl Jam.
Fairly
yeah,
Functional.
Alive.
Got it.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, that was Alive.
Yeah.
So you didn't get that one, man.
Ooh, Eddie Vedder.
There's 2 more, and you need 2 more to win. 1 more, and that's a tie, and then we will have to flip the coin of destiny.
Then somebody gets the receiver and somebody gets the transmitter.
We're gonna have to flip the coin of destiny.
All right.
And nobody likes the coin of destiny. All right. So here is your next 1 second song.
It's In Excess. Baby Live.
What a great song.
New Sensation.
Yeah, you got it. All right, so that's 5. You need to get this one for the win. You've already tied. All right. Here is the last 1 second song.
John Mellencamp. Jack and Diane.
No.
Ain't
Nope.
That
You got
America?
one guess. I'm sorry.
Pink Houses. Pink Houses.
Too late. You had your guess.
before
No,
everybody
too
else?
late. Too late. So now we have to
dang.
spin the coin.
Wait, can we
of destiny.
Can we just do one more? Like do.
I'm out.
I said John Mellencamp. Jesus.
I know, but you said the wrong song.
I know.
We gotta be
I
fair,
should've
man.
thought
We gotta
about
be
it for a
fair.
second.
I know. All right.
It's a black man in a black house.
Yeah.
Little black neighbor.
Wow. Okay, man. We gotta do karaoke night with you. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna let's see. So my guy will be tails. Your guy will be heads.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
And
I don't even know what this is, but
the coin of destiny. I'm gonna flip a coin and we're gonna decide the winner. That's what's gonna happen.
okay. Should we say who our guys are, or should we wait till the end?
Oh, we'll wait till the end.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna flip it. Here we go.
Oh, but ain't that America? You and
Don't
me.
sing over the coin, man. Good Lord. Let's see. Oh, it was heads. Congratulations to whoever Kelly's person was. Who was it?
Tom Ten Toes.
Hey, 10 Toes. Congrats, buddy.
10 Toes. I was playing for you, buddy.
You got this. You can clip this on your overalls. That'll look great.
Yes, sir. 10 Toes.
Yeah.
I like 10 Toes.
Yeah. Now, should I even bother mentioning who I picked? Will it make him feel bad? Oh, how about we give him a consolation prize of you singing Little Pink Houses?
All right.
Okay. The winner of Little Pink Houses is Jim Petakowski. Congratulations. And now here is Kelly.
Oh,
he's doing the whole thing. Oh, he's got to lead up to it. Uh-huh.
Well, there's people and more people. What do they know, Ken? I'll do it in the style of William Shatner. More people. What do they know?
Okay. I had to mute him. I'm sorry about that. This was a poorly conceived idea. And he's still talking or singing or doing something, but thank goodness for the mute button. Thank you, mute button. Appreciate it. And now we're back. Is he done?
There's winners. And there's losers.
Oh, good God. He's still going. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to play a video that Chris Hope sent in. Our buddy Chris Hope. Everybody loves Chris. And he says, hello, Ken. Did a little FPV around a water cannon. It sprays water up to 700 gallons per minute. No drone was damaged during the endeavor. Lol. It was fun. I had to risk it for the biscuit, y'all. Here you go. That does look like Texas, doesn't it? There it is. Kelly, would you fly your FPV quad through that?
Oh, yeah. I'd do it with Sean Oz shooting shotgun at me.
Oh.
You really should watch that video. It's really entertaining.
I will, yeah. Look, we went through it. That was awesome.
Yeah, nicely done. Chris Hope's the man.
I wonder
Everything
if his
he touches turns to gold.
quad is conformal coated. Fantastic. Thank you, Chris Hope, for sending that in. Again, if you want to send something in, you can send it here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Include your music because YouTube gets his panties in a wad. And so you want to have copyright-free music from Epidemic Sound. Check them out. Links in the description for free 30 days. And remember, if it's not Epidemic, it's crap. Yeah. I'm sorry. What were you saying, sir? Oh, he's muted. He's muted himself. Wonderful. Self-muting. Oh, fantastic.
What do you call a fake noodle?
What?
An impasta.
Yeah, I think it's probably time for a little Raz. Let's step into the Raz chamber because I need to relax from this. This has been a difficult one. That's all right, though. We always love having Kelly on as we relax in here where nobody's singing Little Pink Houses. It's just a wonderful place to be. We've got 10 Toes in here with his 10 Toes. Who else is in here with us? Oh, it's Genesee, who I saw recently in Tennessee. Welcome. It's a neutral place. It's a seventh inning stretch. We just let the purple and blue goo envelop us. But there's one rule only here in the Raz chamber. What is that rule, sir?
No farting.
There's no fartage in the Raz. Now enjoy. Salmon Rose FPV. Shame on you, you dirty birds. What did I just say? As you say,
that was more of a shart, though. Actually,
it really was. I think we got some. I think we need to strain the Raz.
No, this is what makes it Raztastic.
Is all the collective farts over the years?
Yes. Ultimately, you could do a DNA test and find out who your entire audience is just from the Raz.
You know, I wish that I could give a T-shirt to whoever farts in the Raz. I wish I could afford that and have a T-shirt say, I farted in the Raz. Imagine wearing that just out. You know, nobody knows what that means. You know, I farted in the Raz.
I've seen a lot of old people wearing shirts that say, I pooped today.
Oh, really?
It's like one of those little outlines of a person, like in a safety card, and it says, I pooped today.
Oh, we just got a super chat. Jim Petakowski, $5. Thank you very much. He says, stop singing Mellencamp and sing Divinal as I touch myself. The floor is yours, sir.
Go, Ken.
No, I think he was talking to you.
No, he was talking to you. He was your guy.
Oh, no, he was talking to you.
He was talking to you.
I don't know the words.
I don't know the words either.
I touch myself. Ooh. So there you go. And Ameripino channel, which is an interesting name. $5. Thank you very much. Fly High FPV and Ken rule. Yes, we do. All right. So I got the viewer video of the week. want to make sure that there's a couple other little video things that I wanted to share. Oh, yes. Our little buddy Carbon Cage.
Carbon Cage.
From in Australia. One of the youngest FPV flyers ever.
Okay.
Well, he had to have a little procedure done.
Oh.
With an FPV quad. Here that is. Enjoy.
Video. Now I've got a special video coming up. I got my cast off and I'm going to rip my tooth out with a drone and then I've got the spring which is going to go all the way to my tooth.
Oh my God. They're going to rip his tooth out with a drone. Doink. Fail number one.
The good news is we're gonna get some glue from the shop.
They're hot gluing it to his tooth.
It should be good enough so we can pull it out.
The string wasn't fast.
And now it's stuck like that.
Yeah, here we go. Oh no! Oh no!
It's gone! It's gone!
Yeah, very good, Carbon.
Cool kid.
What a cool kid, man. I wonder whose idea that was. Or was it Dad's?
Is Carbon Cage the dad or is Carbon Cage the kid?
He's the kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is the coolest name ever.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an FPV name right there.
Yeah, Oz by Drone saying Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Yeah. Whose idea was that? Was that Dad's idea?
No, I'm sure it was a kid. I think that kid's got some smarts.
We got to remove your tooth, mate. What do you say we hot glue a string to it and take off with a 5-inch quad? Yeah,
That's not a 5-inch quad. This is a 5-inch quad.
All right. Before we get to the viewer video of the week, and I can tell you,
somebody said that haircut is child abuse.
Well, maybe in this country, but
it's more like a didgeridoo.
I didn't know the Kentuckians lived in Australia, but because they call it the Kentucky waterfall. But hey, man, he pulls it off. You're looking good, kid. Don't worry about it. But look, we got to talk about RemotePilot101.com because everybody knows.
Jason Schappert. How does Jason smell?
Oh, he smells like. I mean, I hate to say it, but he smells like candy. Which is weird.
What? I mean, are we talking Jolly Ranchers? Are we talking like mint? Or are we talking what? Chocolate?
You know those lollipops that you get at the bank and they're green, but they're not lime? They're
they're apple.
Yeah, like he kind of smells appley.
Okay.
But anyway, he knows his stuff, and he knows his stuff because he's got 2 watches.
That's right.
It's like
anybody with 2 watches must really be watching out.
That's right. We got one local time. We got Zulu time. I think that's what he's doing with them. But RemotePilot101.com, it is the best place to learn for your Part 107. You still have to go to a CATS testing center and pay your $165 or whatever it is now for your initial. But then after that,
free for life.
Free for life, man. And
if the 2 of us can pass taking it, then anybody can. Honestly, you people are. I'd say 99% of you are smarter than Ken, and probably a third of you are smarter than me. So,
was that a compliment?
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
just go with it.
Anyway, I'll go with it. But yes, use Heron 18 to get 30% off, and then
that's what Ken got in his first try on the test was an 18. That's why they picked this code. And then after he took Remote Pilot 101, he actually got a 101.
That's it.
He got a bonus point.
They gave me an extra point just for being so cool. And you can too. RemotePilot101.com. Love you, mean it. And Jason, yes, he smells like Regions Bank lollipops.
Lollipop. Lollipop, lollipop.
Oh, I knew. How did I know? How did I know that was coming? What else? Do this and do that. We talked about that. Okay.
Wait, is Jason Schappert an icon that you can do?
Yeah, man. You didn't know about my emoticons? You can only do that if you're a member, man.
Well, I'm a member. I want to do Jason Schappert.
Look at all that. Yeah, man.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll find it.
Excellent. And I have to create some new emoticons for next week. I kept promising, maybe after a minefield is over.
What do you type in, Schappert, to find it?
You just go to your emoticons. There's a button.
Dude,
It
I'm
should
over
be
50.
right either.
I'm over 50.
Well, what you do is you call your 11-year-old nephew, and then he comes over and he shows you how to keep
there he
your
is.
clock
Oh,
from
that's so cool.
keep your clock from blinking on the VCR.
Wait, so who's this other dude? Who are all the people in your
we've got
emojis?
we've got Ray Bob, who we lost to COVID.
Yeah, okay. I see
and
him.
we've got Jason, and then we've got Kelly Green.
Dude.
What? Oh, am I one Kelly short in the emoticon department?
Let me ask you this: is Kelly Green a member of your channel?
Oh, that's a good question.
No,
I don't think he
Kelly
is.
Shores a member of your channel?
What?
Yes.
Oh, you're
Is
right.
Kelly Shores in the chat? How many people want a Kelly Shores emoji in there? Let's just hear it real quick.
He isn't a member of my channel. What a dick. Kelly
His subscription, right? Oh, that credit card must have expired.
Kelly versus
All
Kelly.
right, all right.
In this corner, Kelly. In that corner, Kelly. It's the fight of the century. Who will win? Who will come out on top? And who will
All
walk
right.
home with their tail between their legs?
Yeah, all right. I'm just looking at the comments, man. Just going by the comments. That's all I'm saying.
And I go back and I watch the show and I read all the comments later.
There you go. All right.
Sunrise Water Media always says, "Hello, future Ken." And by the way, I have some comments here that I saved. Let's see. In what's the one that I wanted to share here? Remember, guys, we've been promised robot butlers and flying cars for about 50 years. That was a good one. And in the U.S., an increase in drone deliveries will be followed by an increase in sales of shotguns. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? And I've got another one here. This is it. When Russ from 51 Drones is on, Beauchart says, "So will it be called 50 drones since one is in the lake?" Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. That's funny.
I didn't watch that video, but I do want to watch it. I'm not sure how he put it down in the lake.
It was flyer error. Turns out. Spoiler alert, but yes, go back and watch that video. It's only 3 hours long. All right, so now it's time for the viewer video of the week, brought to you by freewellgear.com. Please go there and buy their products and check it out. They've got lots of great stuff, and they have been providing the prize for a long time, and we appreciate them. They're also a sponsor of Minefield 2.0.
Nice.
And the winner of the Freewell filters this week is Johnny Bermudez. What? I think he's won before. Congratulations, buddy. He says, "Hey, Ken, hey, brother, I hope this message finds you safe and healthy. Wanted to share some epic drone video I just shot in Iceland. Check this out. It's a viewer video of the week." You ever been to Iceland?
Only on a layover on my way to Germany. Like, got off the plane for 15 minutes.
Yeah? And what were the Icelandic airport goers like?
It was very foggy. You couldn't actually see anything. It didn't look anything like this.
Oh, okay.
But we're gonna go. It's on our list. The kids are into it. Jody's into it, so we're gonna go.
You gonna hang out with Bjork?
Oh yeah.
Name one other famous person from Iceland.
Well, there are. Dokken.
What language do they speak in Iceland? That's Icelandic, I guess.
Icelandic, yeah.
Yeah. What does that sound like?
That.
What's Icelandic sound like?
Probably sounds a lot like Swedish.
Like flurgandy glurgandy stuff.
Flurgandy glurgandy.
My apologies to people in Iceland. I don't mean to disparage you, but to my American ears, it all sounds like flurgandy glurgandy.
Well, we actually flew Icelandic Air over there, and they have this cool thing Icelandic Air does where you can bid on first class upgrades. So on the way over there, we flew coach. On the way back, I actually put a bid in, a pretty low cost bid. And if they have extra room in first class, they'll move you up based on your bid. And I won it. And my family didn't know, and so we sat in first class on Icelandic Air on the way back, and it was awesome. Very, very good service.
That story was a perfect story to be put over this magnificent volcano footage. And by the way, Sunrise Water Media says the story behind that wrecked plane is very interesting. I don't know it. If somebody, do you know the story behind that? I don't know anything about it. But
that was beautiful.
Wasn't that beautiful?
Really awesome
That's from
footage.
Johnny Bermudez. Thank you, buddy, for sending that in. I think he's in New York. He won a dream date with you.
Oh, well,
yeah.
The dream would be you don't have to go.
Right. Free well filters. He won some free well filters.
Nice.
Awesome. So yeah, Sunrise Water Media. Put a link to the story of that plane in the chitty chat, if you would. Awesome. Well, I guess that's it. That's almost the show for tonight. Thanks everybody
What number is this? 211? 211 shows.
211
Wow.
shows.
Nice.
Alexa, how many years is 211 weeks?
211 weeks is 4 years and 1 month.
Wow. I've been doing this show for
Dang.
that long. Every week, nonstop, by the way.
Yeah,
If we have any
even,
new...
even from the hospital.
Yeah. That was... the morphine show, that was fun.
Who was there in the early days with you, Ken? The guy who doesn't have an emoji.
Oh, Dana Williams. Yeah, I got to get him one.
Yeah, you do. Actually, I would be okay with that. Dave's a good guy.
I'll get you some sort of emoji. But again, if there's anybody watching who wants to allow our buddy Jim Wallace, who's going through some stuff right now, hitchhike with them from Indianapolis to come to Minefield, let me know. Okay? Put in my email, put Jim Wallace in the subject line, and we'll see if we can get him down here and get him out of his funk.
And Jim's in the chat, actually.
Is he?
I was chatting with him earlier.
Oh,
yeah.
good. So does he approve of my plan?
I didn't chat that with him. I just
okay, because we were talking
we were
about
both
you,
just
Jim.
lamenting the fact that neither of us have an emoji on your
were you?
on your
well,
emojis. Yeah,
you're just gonna have to get over it.
Commiserating, but no, but he's in there and agreed, man. Jim, we would love to see you at Minefield and at Spin Up. Both of those things.
You got free tickets for him? You got free tickets for him?
I could probably make that happen.
Could you? Not to put you on the spot or anything, but he's not made of money.
Jim, you have my email address. If you think you could make it down, let me know and we could work something out.
Oh, that'd be so good for him, and I'd love to see him at one of those events.
Yeah.
Awesome. Drone community is awesome, isn't it?
They are.
Excellent.
We are.
Hope you enjoyed the show.
All of us.
Half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Man, I can't thank everybody enough for helping me put on this show. Jeff Sills with the news, and Kelly, Ready, Set, Drone. Thanks for co-hosting tonight, and not having the only Kelly I know that doesn't have a tennis game on Thursdays. Thank you so much. And big thanks to Ryan LaTourette for all that wonderful information.
He was awesome.
Thanks to each one of you for all of the super chats and support. Honest to God, I couldn't do this show every week without the. Well, I probably would because I'm a glutton for punishment, but you make it easier. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Until next time,
and bye.
That's it.
enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, the killer to process meat. Enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them go. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, a killer to process meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Ashley too. There'll be fun and quizzes, and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!